All right. So the tankiest person should lead the charge.
All right, to the north. Yeah, no.
Yeah, clearly that means you. So get in front, Shino.
Me going north, right?
The doorway was
We should go
south.
south. We can go south. I think we finished everything, didn't we?
I think so.
We finished the puzzle. I mean, we could explore.
You finished the puzzle.
Yeah. We can go find more ghosts if you guys want to.
No, it's not.
You sure? All right.
No, if only if Cam promises to roll like a PC instead of a DM.
I mean, no. That only happens when I'm playing Final Fantasy and trying to heal you. Then you get my garbage rolls. When I'm trying to kill you horribly, I roll very well.
Jesus, what the fuck is going on with my game?
I don't know.
Super laggy.
I'm behind the group. It's like a sandwich of the squish.
Squish, squish, squish.
Oof, 20 minutes passed. I'll be right back.
I don't know why, but Roll20 is being super slow with me today.
Do you have anything weird open? Do you want me to turn off the music?
No, hold on, I'm screwed.
Yeah, there's very quiet music. There's always music.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hear any music. There's the music.
Yeah.
This music is very peaceful. But those last few encounters were anything but.
Yeah. Well, in the little room you're in right now, it's very peaceful.
Let's continue going south then. Well, first let's wait for Tynos.
Yeah.
So as you, I guess I should change the music now that you've exited.
No.
Is that loud enough? Can you hear it?
Yes.
Okay.
need to double
As you
check.
walk back into
To see if those lanterns have to be within my field of view or if I can move them. Let's see. It just says within range. Okay. So we're just waiting on Tynos again.
I'm moving my way slowly over.
Boom, 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 boom.
We're just gonna tiptoe our way through.
I'll just grab him and move him. How about that? There we go. Look at that. He's keeping up with the party so well. Oh, Arch. Did you just in character walk into the courtyard?
Yes?
You want roll perception for me?
Oh, mother of God, why?
Hello?
Hello.
You say hello, I say goodbye.
Where's Archie?
He's in the courtyard.
Oh.
He's rolling perception.
He's leading ahead of us by, let's see, approximately 10 feet.
13.
She knows she can move up a little bit.
As you step forward, you begin to see pale white hands rise from the cobbles beneath you and begin to drag at your legs.
Stab it, stab it, stab it, stab it, stab it.
This courtyard does not have the same calm, soothing sensation and atmosphere that the other held. Instead, it is very unsettling, upsetting, and at least 6 sets of arms are trying to drag at your legs.
No, we're not doing dead hands. We're not doing dead hands. Stab it.
Stabby.
Now, are we able to see these through the doorway that we're standing in?
If you the spirit folk probably totally can.
Okay.
Tynos, you might have to roll.
I am magical now.
You are magical. It's more like angle. Actually, Sheena would be the one that's having the toughest time seeing. So yeah, everybody can see them.
I forgot to even add my new skills. Totally forgot about that. I picked a new class. Sadly, most of them are stuff I already have.
So, should I roll to attack these things?
Sure.
Yeah, Arch is going to swing his sword at the hands. 15.
But if they're incorporeal, how could your weapon attack them?
That's
Unless
a
it's
good
magical.
question, Billy. You only sever one hand out of
Let's
the
see.
6.
Don't I have
So-
a magic sword?
You do
Is
have
your
a cool
sword magic?
magic sword. You do have a very cool sword. However, you only sever one hand.
Okay, and there's 6 of them on me? Or 5?
Well, now there's only 5. You have lopped off a right hand.
Okay. So
Are we
yeah.
just guys? Are we gonna stand in? Like, does this count
Yeah,
as combat
Katsuo's
or?
looking. Katsuo's cutting the thing off. He's looking at you guys like, "Help me! Help me!"
Okay, I enter the room as well now. Do I need to roll anything?
No, you don't need to roll anything. They seem very, very focused on Katsuo.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna use my reach to cut a few of them off, or try to, because reach weapons OP.
Can I try to detect the intent of these hands or
Sure.
something like that? What should I
Probably
roll?
don't hit.
To get the
Insight?
Yeah, insight, and then I've totally missed whatever the heck Tyno said.
Okay, I'll roll insight.
Tynos is swinging to cut at the sword. To cut at the
Okay,
hands.
16.
Okay. Tynos, you don't really do anything to them. I don't think you hit Katsuo either, so...
11's not that bad.
So I rolled a 16 for insight.
You know that these hands are related to the weird ghost twins that you kept coming into contact with. They don't seem particularly malicious, but they are definitely trying to take Katsuo away.
Hmm.
Sure. Ping.
You know what, guys? I actually think that the cat knows what's going on here. The actual cat. We should try to find the cat.
We really should.
Because I can talk to animals once a day.
I can bond with it.
I mean, you fucked up trying to bond with it last time.
No, I did okay.
Yeah, no.
Did
I was
you?
the only, yeah, I was the only one.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's okay. You're the only one the cat didn't hate. But yes, that's a really insightful comment. Were you going to roll to determine what the heck these things are made out of?
What do I roll?
Probably
I feel
Arcana,
like that
right?
would... Yeah, I would say Arcana.
Okay, that's gonna be awful, but okay.
I was gonna say Arcana or Insight again.
That's better. I'm better at being insightful.
Yeah.
Apparently I'm not.
Ah,
They are ghost. Ghost hand, very spooky. Not so good. Very bad. Alas.
Arch, your turn.
First, it is the ghost hand's turn, though they don't really have a turn, but they are going to shunt you one space over to the right.
Okay. Quick, can't you cast some sort of hex or cleanse this thing? Exercise it, priests.
Like how you're commanding, we do something.
Yeah.
He's your prince.
We kind of need to know what.
My lord, I think that these hands may be trying to communicate with us in a way.
They could communicate in a less assertive manner.
Perhaps we should try to see where they lead you to.
I don't like that idea.
Just kill the hands and let's be done with it.
Apparently, Thanos is Scottish now.
Kill the hands!
I was just chewing and talking at the same time.
Oh, so
were you
eat-
trying to be a Jesuit?
When you eat, you turn Scottish?
Well, I was like, I am a pure-blood ginger.
Are you? Okay.
Katsuo would sort of growl at the hands, but they're not like tightly grasping him, right? Or are they like fondling him?
They're not trying to... they're trying...
They're not like trying to hurt you with their grasp, but they are trying to draw you. So it's basically like if you had, like, I don't know, a bunch of 13-year-olds reaching out of a floor, grabbing your leg and trying to drag you somewhere.
That is even scarier. Well,
Let's see where they take
against
you.
his better judgment, yeah, Katsuo does not attack and sort of allows himself to be dragged along. The first sense look is like, Hachisuka, get over here and make sure that I'm not being pulled to hell.
Yeah, honestly, Hachisuka should probably be ahead of the monks.
Yes.
Probably. I thought you were going for like a sort of flank the monks on either side for safety thing, but
That's what he was doing, yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, you could do that too.
Oh, he was already asked to move to his lord.
Yeah.
Yep.
Your word commands to defend him in case the deadhead pops up from fucking Ocarina of Time and just noms my face.
Do I
Oh,
see anything
Archie.
in this corner that he's being pulled to?
You do not see it in the corner. You don't. Ow! Son of a bitch! No, you don't see anything.
Can I do a perception on this area?
Yes, you can.
Cool.
Can I perceive where it's taking me or insight
Mm,
myself
nope.
into it?
If you'd like to go ahead and roll perception to see where it's dragging you as well, that's fine.
I see our rolls tonight are great.
Yep.
See,
I'll roll
Arch,
perception.
you see a sort of hazy black smear on the ceiling as it pulls you another square. And your hazy black smear is over here.
there's something on the roof. And Katsuo points his sword up at it. There is something on the roof.
Hideaki readies his weapon in anticipation for what may be happening next.
I am going to investigate the black smear on the roof after it's pointed out to me.
Okay.
Investigation roll will probably be awful, but let's see what we see.
Actually, instead
I
of
believe
getting
in you.
out my quarterstaff,
That
I'm
was
gonna...
really good investigation roll.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna stick with that.
Shino, you feel waves of unpleasant negativity and desperation coming from the smear. You know perfectly well that there is something like a weird mixture between a yokai and a spirit folk that resides within those strange within that sort of haze, and it's, to the easiest thing to maybe describe it, it's sort of similar to the second twin that would drop down whenever the puppet was around, and begin pulling Katsuo away. You realize and know and vaguely remember the whisperings from some of the more playfully superstitious of your temple talking about the sort of strange ghost that would try to draw people towards the source of discontent and death. And you do remember that one of the wards against these things happens to be Nekomata, which are twin-tailed cats.
So, guys, I think the cat is the key here. Should we continue letting the hands drag him?
Are you letting anyone know Isili about this? Because they might have...
Yeah, Shino, you have to fill us in on what you remember here.
Takes a moment to parse the things she's remembering and kind of fitting together in her head, while Arch is still dragged further off, because thinking takes time. And then she says, I believe we're dealing with some kind of spirit of despair. We need a cat. And that is all she says.
Well, my lord, I believe it would be in your best interest to stop those hands from pulling you now.
Yes, please get them to stop pulling me.
And
Well, no one. We don't have to. You can. How strong are these hands? Can he pull them away from himself, or?
Yeah, they're not super strong.
So, then in that case, Katsuo's just gonna fucking casually step away.
I mean, you need to do more than that.
Probably
More
just
graceful step.
Would you like to roll just a strength check, I guess, to see if you can casually step away?
You can. All right, nice.
Well, goddamn, yeah.
My way through.
Katsuo, summoning the will of the incredibly belligerent young lord powers that he possesses, stomps free of these tiny hands, and the smear actually begins to shift from the ceiling. As the hands continue reaching out for him, but seem to lose their grasp upon him.
Where does it shift? Well, actually, I guess Katsu would be the only.
I mean, I'm right there too.
Because none of us were able to perceive it except for him. Or are we able to see it now?
Wasn't it pointed out?
He pointed it out to the party.
Okay, so we can all see it move.
Yeah.
Yeah, Katsuo's no
Where
fool.
does
He's
it
gonna be like,
move
look
to?
at that thing.
It is heading this way.
Which way? Oh, that way. It's leaving.
This way. No, it's scootling along the ceiling.
Oh man, it's moving in front of the doorway.
Yep.
I'm a fire at it, I guess. But I'm not gonna use one of my big spells. I'm gonna just use an Eldritch Blast. Because cantrips, yo.
Okay, go ahead and try and fire at it.
It's force damage too, so it might crack the walls it's on.
That sounds like a terrible plan.
Plus 6.
Are you going to issue a warning to any of us that you're about to attack the wall, the ceiling? No, you're just going to do it. All right.
Oh,
You're just gonna attack the ceiling.
So
well,
he
I'm gonna attack
hits,
most
likely.
The smear that is on the ceiling.
Yes.
Okay. You attack the smear. It seems to fizzle away. The ceiling collapses in front of that door.
That wasn't even damaged. Doesn't do that much damage.
The
Something a D8.
buildings are made out of paper and wood.
Oh right?
Well, on the plus side, this shouldn't take too much effort to move out of the way of the door, right?
That's
Yeah.
true.
Ooh.
All right, muscles. Chop, chop.
As you assault the smear, you immediately hear the click-clack of one of the puppets fall behind you, El Tinos.
Right behind me?
Yes.
Was it like, so it's like right here on me?
You are wearing it.
It is all up in your face, but well, all up in the back of your head.
So it gets. I'm guessing it's gonna hit him now.
try.
It's gonna take a swing at him.
No, it does not take a swing at him. Instead, what?
Is it going to surprise butt sex him?
It's not taking him by surprise, okay?
Oh my. Well,
Um,
is the ceiling?
The ceiling, Dinos punched a hole in it and knocked down one of the cross beams.
It's not a strong spell. It's my cantrip.
Can
Okay.
I repair this with prestidigitation?
You
I know
can.
so.
I thought his prestidigitation was an illusion.
Wrong spell. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tynos, this
Alright.
thing is going to fight with you for your sword.
Oh no. That
Should
is
we roll for
mine.
initiative?
No, we're just
Not
gonna do a
yet?
straight up strength contest, and we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
That went poorly.
Yeah.
Alright, you gotta beat a 6.
Yes, you can.
He
You
beat
can.
the
Oh wait,
six.
I didn't even roll a strength save, which is not. Well, I
Fix-
guess it's the same thing.
What?
Yeah.
No.
It's kind of, sort of, not quite, but whatever.
But there you go.
It's technically the same thing.
Alright.
Fine. Oh, also that was technically.
Oh, I guess since
correct?
it's initiative.
No,
No,
it
it
is
works.
not an attack.
I think
It
it
just
works.
tried to take your thing.
Okay.
Because he's trying to stop it from taking the sword from him. So yeah. Save would probably be appropriate.
Yeah, a save is appropriate
Okay,
there.
now do we roll for initiative?
Now you can roll initiative, yes.
Token.
Shit.
Please select. Oh, wait, let me
Let me-
turn on. It's
let me
fine.
redo
Let me
that.
turn on the.
I'll wait.
Let me turn on the thing. There we go.
Oh, that's not
Oh.
right. Okay, there we go. Ready? Okay.
I
Yes.
clicked it. I clicked that one.
You didn't let me finish clearing off the list.
Oh no, I
Okay.
did. Oh.
Shit.
Roll again.
Oh, I'm supposed to roll initiative, aren't I?
Yes, and I'll put your first initiative down.
Oh, okay.
Also, Arch, select your character token.
Oh, that's nice of you.
So I had to click the
Then you have to
tracker?
click your
You gotta
character
click your token, your
Oh,
character
I'm a
token, and then you press initiative. It should just do that by default. That's kind of a hassle.
We're not
It is.
assigned characters directly.
Right. Okay.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you are.
But it's not. Don't have them selected in the chat.
Well, yeah, because I have these
Yeah,
lanterns too.
it's not quite smart enough for that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure if you change your as message to your character, it'll do it automatically. But
No, it
Does it now?
doesn't because all of your tokens like the tokens have the full represents this thing, blah 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 blah, and it is connected even by your
it's
sheets.
weird.
Yeah, it's really annoying. I think it's because of the way the tokens move through the different pages. Yeah. Okay.
So I go first?
Yes.
Thanos has no roll.
You get to
Alright.
go for it.
Wait. I think it's me, right?
Yeah, Tynos goes first. He was 20.
Oh, right. Right.
I rolled well. I'm gonna attack this thing with just my, cast
Go
sword.
for the strings. Wait, does it have the strings?
But this is a physical one.
The strand?
You don't see the strand yet, no.
Okay.
Thanos casts sword.
Let's see if this one's a super powered one.
Yeah, this is the final boss. The final boss marionette.
Yeah. That was a good cast sword. You do hit it. Roll for damage.
12.
Nice.
Pretty good damage.
Pretty good.
Okay, now it's Priestman.
You okay there?
That's just my cough.
All right.
He's just dying. Hideaki, it is your turn.
Okay, I will attempt to attack this marionette with Ray of Frost.
Alrighty.
Let's see. 11. Is that a hit?
Yeah, that's a hit, but
Oh, okay.
Does Ray of Frost require a roll to hit?
All spells do.
That is the
Yeah,
roll.
it's a ray. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Alright, yeah, that hits.
Okay, so damage 5.
Very nice.
And minus 10 to its movement
Very exciting.
until its next turn.
It's Shino's turn.
Actually not going to attack this thing. And attempt to commune with the spirit to see why it's attacking us. Is that...
Yeah,
persuasion?
go ahead. Yes.
I'm good at that.
I guess it's persuasion. We need like a basic, like, communicate with the thing.
Yeah, I would think persuasion.
Well, persuasion is more I'm trying to convince it, but you're trying to convince it to tell you what the fuck is up. As you sort of spiritually reach out to the hostile spirit currently assaulting Hachisuka, you feel heavy malevolence. You feel it trying definitely to take you away. It can't really seem to speak to you in words so much as sensations, and the primary sensation you get is that it wants you to leave. You don't belong here.
So it's guarding something, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay. That's good to know.
So does that end his turn?
Unless he's going to move. Yes.
Well, no, I don't move yet.
It's Spirit Dude's turn.
No. It's the spirit thing's turn. And Hachisuka, it is going to scratch at you.
Yay, first scratch.
Woo, I don't think it hit.
It misses. Now roll
It-
DC.
It whiffed.
DC 14. Dex save. It's good.
Now it is the Archer's turn.
I think it might have another claw.
Yeah, it's got two hands, so yeah.
Yeah.
It still misses you.
Roll another DC.
It's also safe.
It's good.
Still fine. Now it is Katsuo's turn.
What are we rolling the DC
Wait,
for?
it's after its turn. The incorporeal one drops in on the opposite side of the room. No, it's Katsuo's turn.
The reason why it's rolling that is because I have a feat that if you miss an attack on me, I have an ability to knock you prone.
Real quick, is there a strand right here like this? Between the two?
It's not like it stretches between them. You can see it drift off of them, but it disappears. Like, it becomes invisible, like, 2 feet out.
Okay, so I still need to go towards one or the other.
Yeah.
Alrighty, in that case, Katsu has a sword in hand. He's gonna strut on over here and smack this bitch right in her string.
Smack this bitch in the
roll
I
to
smack that bitch in the string.
use.
Bitch, I'ma smack your string.
I think we killed Cam.
8 slashing damage.
She's doing better than she did when we got into the penis kick a couple sessions back.
God.
There it is. There it is.
The incorporeal one immediately disappears, and the puppet shudders and seems to take a whole heck of a lot of severe damage. And is fumbling, and it's touching Sue's turn again.
Alright, while you're playing out your turn, I'm gonna go to the restroom really quick.
Doggo angry.
Are you doing a thing, Dennis?
Huh?
It's your turn.
I thought someone would be right back. Did I mishear that? My bad.
He said he was gonna do it while you were doing your thing.
Oh, okay. I thought he said wait. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I cast sword on the thing.
Okay, you cast sword.
Well then.
Oh.
Oh
boy.
shit.
You aggressively cast sword.
The most aggressive cast of sword.
Well,
You've killed it.
There's 28 damage. Jesus Christ.
You were serious in your casting of sword, and you cut the puppet down and render it to nothing. It dissolves and fizzles out of your way.
The marionette actually disintegrates?
Yeah, it sort of falls apart like a busted puppet, and then the wood sort of crumbles.
But there's no disintegration.
So good. Did
Is there anything left for us to like investigate
No,
from the remains? It's just gone. Okay.
it's just gone.
Alright.
a quick flourish of his blade and slid it back into its sheath. Felt like a good swift strike there.
20 on it.
Alright. Good work, everybody.
Okay.
Good job.
It's another successful combat.
I'm going to roll for insight to see if I can work out what this thing is guarding.
How do I make my fucking thing?
What?
How does he make his fucking thing?
What thing are you making, Arch?
Oh, it's because I keep forgetting to add the +1 bonus to my attack rolls,
Do that
and it's not
automatically.
allocated into my thing.
You could set it up to where it does allocate.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to look at.
automatically.
Because right now for my attack roll, it's my strength +0 plus proficiency. I need to put a +1 there. Okay.
Why +1?
Because I get a +1 to attack rolls I make with my weapon due to blade mastery.
Oh.
Well, yeah. Anyway,
Hey, quick question. For my bow of water, it says it counts as a +1 magic weapon. So how does that?
one to the roll.
Just
Yeah.
+1 to the roll for attack and damage.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I figured that's what it was. I just wanted to make sure.
Yep, you +1.
Cool. All right. So that thing actually hits pretty hard if I actually use it.
Yes. When you so choose to use it, rather than let your young lord get dragged away.
Indeed. I'm going to attempt my insight roll to see if we can find out what the hell this thing was guarding.
Go ahead. You can't quite tell exactly, but you know it is guarding something secret and something dead.
Have we stumbled into
interesting.
like, the grave of a
Ominous.
yokai lord or something?
We've stumbled.
How can
No.
We've stumbled upon a lich.
This is their castle. People were here. We do trade with these guys.
Yeah, they're up to something shady for sure, involving dead people.
These guys are shadier than Eminem.
Involving the yeah.
I'd like to
Get out.
You alive there, Tanos?
Am I not speaking?
Yeah, we said I'd like to. And
Hello?
that was it.
Oh
Yeah.
well, I got interrupted, so I was just going being quiet. I don't like speaking up. I'm sorry.
All right, well, let's hear it.
On my other sword, I take out my short sword. I cast another guiding hand to it, and I simply say, oh, "Wait, no, I have to have seen it."
Can't go with vague directions. You need to have actually physically encountered the object.
Yeah. Actually, no, that'd be. I'm not gonna do that. That's too cheap. Never mind.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I want to know what your cheap thing is to see if it works.
Well, I can look at the entire room, and I would like to say, find a false panel, because it's technically.
There are no false panels in this room.
Well, see. And then I'll just do an Arcana check to see if there's any magical things that are hiding anything in this area.
In this room, there is nothing anymore.
Well,
Is this doorway at the south open or closed? Is it just
I believe Shino pressed the
I mended the roof.
the
pressed
So
the,
it's nothing in the way.
mended the roof. The roof is fixed.
right?
'Cause,
Okay.
You know, just mending all the damage you do to this incredibly important palace. As we go.
So now it's open, right? There's no doorway that we have to open. It's just open. It leads out into the next hallway,
Yes.
so we can kind of see outside. Okay.
Yes.
I'll do an investigation check on the room.
Me
See if I can
too.
find anything.
I'm going
Oh,
to perceive
oh my.
everything.
I don't actually think there's anything in this room.
I perceive nothing.
You don't perceive anything, and you are in a courtyard.
Well, my
Tynos.
lord, Master Hachizuka.
The malevolent force seems to have backed off, and now it is just very, very well lit by Hideaki. I like
so
watching you zoom around, though. It's
There's
very
nothing
entertaining.
in this room, more or less.
Yeah.
Oh,
The roof is fixed.
I thought there was something dead here that we were trying to find.
No, not specifically in that room.
You
Okay. I misunderstood.
Hideaki begins to slowly move towards the open doorway.
No, let me go first. Let me go first, priest.
Oh, by all means, lord.
No offense, but I think this night has taught us at least that I can take a beating.
Your character should be at full health right now.
Yeah, but he still
Yeah.
took a beating last session.
Maybe had a little nap.
Better. But yeah, no, I haven't.
You're fine now. You're
heard
okay.
anything Cam has told me with the party, Tanos.
Oh, I thought you did. You usually do. So okay.
You're a dick.
Right now, all you know is that you need to find the cat.
So you need to find a cat.
Okay.
We're going this way.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and send these lights ahead.
Oh, no, that's a doorway. I was gonna say we're walking through walls, but no.
Don't even know where we are anymore.
Stomping through walls. Don't care anymore.
He rolled a crit. He can stomp through everything. He's the prince.
As I fix the walls as we stomp through them.
Straight through.
Okay. Just stomping south. Do you want to roll to see if you can spot the cat?
Yes.
I'll do that, actually.
Let's all do that.
Yeah, everybody.
Everybody is investigating to see if we can find this cat.
Investigator
Investigate,
perception.
probably. We're looking for it specifically.
Investigation.
Okay.
I am a master of cats.
Oh my god.
Well, that's assuming the cat is anywhere nearby.
We're
I
all
perceive
pretty
its
good at
existence.
cats, apparently.
You just know a lot about cats.
Father never let me have a cat as a child.
I really wanted a cat when I was a kid. I probably would have turned out differently if I had gotten it.
Instead, he gave me a sword.
And the rest is history.
Literally history. It's in our records.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find a token. As you stomp about, let's see. Katsuo, you are somehow just in tune and notice a number of white hairs on the floor leading this way. The white hairs, possibly of that cat that you had a tough time with.
Katsuo bends down and looks at these hairs and brings them up in between his fingers. I believe that our cat is this way. Come, we must make haste.
Hachisuka raised his brow towards his lord. Mayhaps I should have trained you with a bow. You seem to be able to track people well.
I really wanted a cat as a child.
We're gonna make that a canon thing about his character. He really wanted a cat.
Instead, he got a sword.
Hideaki and Shino, you feel the soft presence of another sort of spirit. Hideaki, you actually recognize it as the presence of a Nekomata, which is a cat that is...
Two-tailed cat, basically.
A two-tailed cat. The higher tier cat. A non-hostile one, too, so...
Okay. And can I detect which direction it's in?
It
roughly?
is amusingly sort of off towards where you had come from, near your bedroom, so sort of northwest of you.
You're not going to say anything and let us follow the cat hair trail, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you keep following the cat hair trail. I don't know if Hideaki is going to tell you, but yeah. Your cat hair trail keeps
Hold a
going this
moment,
way.
everybody. I sense the presence of a what did you call it? A Nekomata?
A Nekomata.
Nekomata.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say necromorph, and I was about to spaz.
Oh no.
Now, would anybody else be familiar with that term besides Shino? I would expect Shino to be familiar with it.
It's not evil, so my character has no idea.
There's There's
So would they? Do I have to explain what it is to them, or would they know just by that term?
Yeah.
Hachisuka might not, but fucking Arch's character definitely would. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, because cats.
Mm.
And
Nekomatas are also shapeshifters, and you'd need to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah, I guess Hachisuka would know.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
The more negative ones are called Bakenekos.
when Katsuo turns around and looks at Hideaki and goes, "A Nekomata, truly."
Indeed.
We will require the assistance.
I feel its presence coming from nearby our rooms. We need to return to the northwest of the keep. Or what would be the proper term for this place? Palace? I'll just stick with palace.
Yeah. The castle.
Could it be that this Nekomata is the same cat that we are searching for? This concerns me. Nekomata are not known to be the friendliest in certain circumstances.
They're actually no. You've got it. Bakeneko are the ones that are bad.
Good cat spirits. They're good luck, basically.
Yeah. They're really good luck.
Oh, they're good luck?
Yeah, they're the cat that typically has been is so part of a household, and sort of they like to play pranks, but at the same time they're good luck. They take care of your house. It's one of those, they're ambiguously, the Bakeneko are cats that have because they've been with you so long, grown a second tail and sort of become spirit things, and they can be they're typically more positive things. As
When they're
opposed to,
malicious, I'm guessing they tend to be more like tricksters.
yeah,
Is that
One
yeah?
decides
Okay.
what they become.
But this one, based on the
It's,
aura,
how
feels
you
Yeah.
treat them while they're alive.
benevolent.
yeah, pretty much. But they are said to have powers over the dead. So when you've got one that is obviously trying to hurt you,
Zombies.
zombies. And then Bake and Echo weren't ever cats. They're just straight up cat yokai.
Okay.
Yeah.
Folklore stuff.
I think that Katsu will still stand by his statement, though.
I mean, that's
even,
fair.
Even if he gets some odd looks.
You don't have to trust spirits at all. That's totally up your prerogative.
Well, it's more that Katsuo realized that the cats bring good fortune to the family, but whose house are they in? They ain't in his house. Technically, they're trespassers, so while that cat might bring good fortune, it's not bringing good fortune possibly to them.
Hachisuka turned around and looked to the three.
So are we having a conversation about whether or not we should pursue the presence or the hair?
Both. I think they were just having a conversation.
Yeah.
I don't.
But Katsuo seems to be standing on the firmness of his belief that we should follow the hair instead of my sense of the presence.
He's just apprehensive.
I don't necessarily trust a spirit folk that's living in a house infested with evil dragging puppets and dead hands and.
However, Master, don't
knees.
you recall the stories?
Oh, I know that they can be good.
No, not the good. I personally don't think that the Nekomata in this household has any positive feelings towards us, considering whose house it is. In truth, I would assume that perhaps that's the reason we keep coming across these abominations.
The hair leads that way, and what did you say the presence was?
Back towards our rooms. I know it is a lot to risk, but this spirit doesn't feel malicious to me. He then turns to Shino. Surely you feel it too, sister.
Not quite, though I do have more information to share. These strange spirits are not quite related to the Nekomata, from what I could tell during our encounters with them. I believe if we are able to persuade it, the cat spirit may be of some assistance in dispelling them.
That would assume that we can persuade it, lest you forget that this is Botan's residence, and we never did agree favorably. I could only assume that mayhaps he would induct his Nekomata into his fiendish ways.
Then I would suggest that I will accompany Sir Hideaki to see about this spirit, and you keep following the trail of the hair.
Do you think it wise that we split our forces that way?
I feel it less wise than to not quickly get about this. Festering in this place with
So then
more
we are to
things
divide
appearing.
ourselves.
I think that would be in best interests.
Very well then. Hideaki, Hachisuka, to the north and see if you can persuade this being to assist us, or deal with it accordingly if otherwise. Shino, you will join me and we will follow the trail of cat hair to see if perhaps our bounty will prove just as fruitful. Hopefully.
So
Alright, so I guess we're splitting up now.
Oh, wait. Before we split up, Katsu looks and goes, regardless of what you find or do not find, we shall meet back at this place in 1 hour.
Do you think it'll take us that long to investigate all this? Alright.
Maybe.
Okay.
I have no idea how big this place is.
An hour is pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Do we have anything that we could use to mark this area?
I mean, this appears to be the entrance hall.
It's so dark. It's all dark black pillars. I can't see anything.
Do you not see from my lanterns? Do they not provide light to you?
I do, but I mean, it all looks the same.
Oh.
It's a very stereotypical Japanese compound where it's very symmetric and mirrored. So
We're in the entrance hall.
Alrighty,
yes.
then we'll say entrance hall and let's split up, gang.
Very
Let's
well
Scooby-Doo
done.
this shit.
Scooby Dooby Doo.
Master Hachizuka, if you would be so kind as to lead the way.
As
Absolutely.
Lord runs off with his much longer legs, Shino trails behind him with her heavy robe kind of obstructing her or going as fast as he can.
Katsuo notices this and slows down his pace. He does not want to leave the small child woman alone to get murderized by marionettes.
I see something. I don't know what it is.
I see it too.
How's our trail going?
Can we roll perception?
Yeah.
Yep, go ahead. Your trail sort of loops you down here, and then the cat hairs start going this. Fucking click. There we go. That way.
Not too great. Not too great, Hideaki.
Not so good.
But what about
Mine's pretty good.
Hachizuka?
Yours is pretty good. Hachisuka, you notice the ruffle of you notice the soft little like pat 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 of two paws walking along the soft floor. Little toe beans.
Hello.
Because, saying hello to a noise is a great plan.
Yep. You see a small. Why, thank you. A small feline form in a very nice kimono look at you once, and then dash off north, disappearing and reappearing out of your view.
Wait, come back. God damn it. And he will follow.
Would Hideaki have been able to determine if that was the Nekomata that he sensed?
Yes, probably, considering it ran off standing up on two legs.
Okay.
Two kitty cat
So
legs.
does he know where it's at now? Get a good sense of where it's headed?
It went north. Yeah.
Hideaki, follow me.
Did you just bolt off like way far north?
No, I'm right here.
Yeah,
He's
I
literally
don't
right behind
see-
the wall.
he's right
No.
here.
We
Yeah.
are
there you are.
expecting hair. Where is
He
That's
also
weird. I
said-
didn't see your token there for a second.
Your hair trail leads north. However, roll perception for me, Shino. You feel one of those smears nearby, but you can't see where it
My
is.
lord, have caution. We are not alone.
Very well then. Katsuo keeps his sword up and looks around to follow the hair, and proceeds to go follow the hair.
Yes.
This way, right?
All right. Okay. Hachisuka and Hideaki, you have caught up to the cat. It bounces forward a few feet and seems to pause at the magical lanterns, standing up. It had dropped down onto four legs, and then it sort of stood up on its two hind feet and reached out a paw to gently shove one of the lanterns.
Wait one moment. He tried to speak to the, spirit. Although.
Yeah, let's attempt to communicate with him. Or it. Hold there a moment, spirit. Can it understand? It can understand us, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, is this actually the cat that was in the house previously, or was that just a regular cat?
It looks familiar. More like this might have been the progenitor of that cat.
Okay.
It has the same. It has very similar patterning, but it's not the exact same cat.
Okay.
Dice.
as Tynos dies.
Poor Tynos. Rest in peace.
Okay. Oh, spirit of this household. I do not believe we mean any harm.
The cat spirit, the Nekomata, brushes one ear and looks up at you with sort of narrowed kitty eyes, and you get the distinct feeling that it is grinning at you and laughs in a sort of weird hissing voice, and then sort of stands up a little straighter and smooths down its kimono and looks at Hachisuka for a moment and then turns its attention to Hideaki and says, why did you leave the protection of your room?
I don't believe any of us realized we were under protection.
Oh,
Can you-
it's typically poor form of a guest to leave their room in the middle of the night.
Can you tell us what's happening in this castle? Why are the spirits here malicious, and why are they... Well, I guess that kind of explains why they would attack us. So yeah, why are the spirits here attacking us?
Well, obviously you left your room, but mostly they don't want you, finding out the... the, the current, problem that my dear family, faces. But if you agree to help sweet little Botan, then perhaps I can assist you further.
No
I'm
deal.
gonna-
There are
You're not here for this. You're not here.
You just hear Katsuo shout all the way from across the other side of the complex.
you know why he just had to shout that.
Hachisuka crossed his arms. I have no desire to help someone who has ill will for us. However, if there are spirits here that are evil and mean to do evil to me and my lord, then that is a different scenario.
That's a very complex statement of what is good and evil. After all, they're only watching after the house in their own stupid manner.
I suppose it would have to do something with that very strange fellow that is also the head priest.
What kind of trouble has the lord of this house come into?
It depends on which lord you mean. But, you see, I'm very fond of little Botan. He's taken care of me and now takes care of my kittens.
Meanwhile, Arch has a sudden bout of jealousy over Botan for no reason.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Does this Nekomata cat person look like basically a Mikote, or does it look like an actual cat?
It's a cat. It's literally a cat.
Yeah, he's not jealous.
It's a cat in a kimono.
I was talking
He's
about
not jealous.
Botan got cats.
Oh, okay. I thought it was something sexual, and I'm like, what?
No, it's more like he, as a
What?
child, has had lots of cats.
Yeah, no, then yeah, Katsuo would be, they'd be jealous.
Oh my god, you thought he fucked the cat, man? Come on!
Exactly, I was like, what?
God.
Jesus, Brendan.
No, God, Arch, why does your brain go straight to that?
This
Penis!
is Arch. That's why.
Okay, where's our cat hair trail going, by the way?
Your cat hair trail is continuing north.
We're at there's a wall.
There's a wall in the way.
Oh, that way. Okay.
Yeah, sort of around it. It heads this way.
Yeah, now you see, that makes more sense, Cam, that kind of cat, because, you know, I was thinking cat like the Neko Nyan Nyan chat girls, and I'm like, what?
No, it's not a Neko Nana cat girl.
Thank
It's
God.
literally a cat that has spiritually ascended to the point of being a sort of spirit cat.
That's what I thought, and that's why I was like, why would Katsuo be
Yeah.
jealous?
It's like how that one train station has a cat that elevated to the patron god of that train
He's a
station.
train master cat. That cat is cool.
Yep. That cat is so good. As the Shino Katsuo party continues north, the Nekomata seems to pause and takes the time to clean its ears again and smooth its tail out before standing back up and looking at Hideaki and says, I would be inclined to help you. After all, none of us really enjoy what's going on, but I only do what I do to take care of my kittens and to take care of, obviously, little Botan, as he is one of my kittens. After all, he was the little master of the house. If you would like to get rid of part of the problem, you'll need to do two different things. You'll need to find one of my kittens, and they'll keep away the wandering spirits. And then you'll need to head north and find the thing you keep calling the priest. And you'll need to challenge it, not to a fight necessarily, but you'll still need to deal with it. And once it's gone, then you can get rid of the Elder Lord, and Master Botan will be perfectly safe again, and you will be able to leave.
Hachisuka let out a long sigh. I knew I felt something wrong with both of those people. They couldn't track me. I was being. He grumbles to himself.
But remember, if you don't get rid of the thing you call the priest, then you won't get the actual priest back, and then the rest of the town will still be in your way.
The entire town is enslaved to this?
I wouldn't say enslaved, but they certainly listen to it.
It's getting more complicated by the minute.
It's not complex at all unless you keep calling it a fight between good and evil. After all, what's good and what's evil? I mean, perhaps the mice I used to chomp upon would call me evil, but really I was just taking care of my house.
The spirit, by the way, can definitely tell that Hachisuka was tainted by a dark spirit at some point and was wounded by one pretty badly. So
yeah,
that's pretty easy for that little cat to find out, because his arm.
Anybody could find that out relatively easily.
Well,
Yeah.
it takes, spirit folk can. Uh-oh, we lost. Oh no, that was just the turn.
Our turn order.
Yeah, it's just the turn order.
The turn order disappearing.
The spirit folk and arcane folk really can. I mean, he keeps that pretty, unless in a fight, which he looks like he's just casting. But flavor.
I mean, how many regular people can use magic in this setting?
I think she said it was a pretty low.
A very, 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 very low.
Yeah.
No sorcerers.
There's probably a few.
Yeah.
Probably, the offspring of demons.
What manner of spirit is this priest or creature?
Yeah, that's a good question.
He
I'm
looked
directing it
you
at the
for a
spirit.
moment. Yeah, the cat.
Yeah.
Gave you a thoughtful little look, and then started carefully licking his paw and then smoothing down one of his tails. And he is going to stare at you for a moment and then say, "On a shadowed path I must make my way. Let it faintly shine, the moon upon the mountain's edge, from darkness."
Can I roll anything to try to interpret that, or is that just...
I'm pretty sure that's just up to interpretation.
I think
Yep.
you need to figure it out. Kind of like that last puzzle that we did. No rolls, just brains.
Okay, are we continuing North Arch, or...
Well,
Yeah,
I was
continuing.
hoping this conversation would have been more productive, but I thank you nonetheless, Spirit.
We're continuing to follow.
The cat offers you a very, very polite bow. And
Hideaki
then,
returns the bow.
the
Well, Master
cat
Hachisuka, should we return to our young lord and Miss Shino?
Hachisuka looks back at the cat one more time. Do you happen to know where one of your kin is?
the kittens wander around. Perhaps if you look very carefully where it's warm and comfortable for a little kitten to nap, you'll find them with ease. And with that, the cat wiggled its ears and dropped back down on 4 feet and scampered to the south, disappearing from your sight. Though it would pause by Shino. And Shino, would you like to roll insight?
Wait, what? What? It's over here now? Oh.
It's not visible.
Yep.
Let's, go.
That's a very good insight. You can see the cat for a moment as it drops down on all fours and does a little loop around you and bumps its head affectionately against the back of your leg and then stands up to tug one of your overlong sleeves and very, very gently says, once you've picked up one of my kittens as you continue on your way, I would suggest remembering some of the humor of Basho. And then he dropped on to all fours again and continued down the hall, kind of flickering out of view.
Shino smiles to herself, but doesn't give any other sign that she's seen anything out of the ordinary.
Katsuo pays no mind to this, keeping his face glued to the floor as he follows the hair. Where does the hair lead?
The hair continues north in this direction.
Katsuo does not see Hachisuka or Hideaki.
Well, Hideaki sees you.
He's too busy staring at the floor, following and goes by.
Wait, we'll just follow him.
If his search bears no fruit, I recommend we search the rooms.
I'm going to poke my head in here anyways. I will slide this door open.
So,
The spirit did mention that we were safe in our rooms previously. And perhaps there's a reason for that. This area down here would have been my room, right?
Yeah, that was your
Okay.
room.
So I'm gonna head over to my room really quick and
I think
investigate
this
to
was
see if
my
I can
room.
find the kitten.
Yeah, this was your room, this was Katsuo's room, this was Shino's room.
Can I investigate my room to see if I find anything?
Sure.
That's exactly what
Damn it.
You don't really find anything, I'm sorry.
She is also looking for a cat.
Okay. Hachisuka, go ahead and roll investigate. Oh, you find some fine white little kitty cat hairs.
It's still the same hairs that.
I'm gonna check the bed.
You
There's a cat hiding under the covers.
Katsuo turns around and is like, when did you get here? And you, for that matter.
I walked.
I see. Did you two tend to the Nekomata?
Yes.
Kino quietly wanders north by herself to the room that was near the purification room that was quite warm.
What did you find out from the Nekomata?
Nothing good.
Did you kill it?
No. It is a friend of Lord Botan, but I believe your rival is in no way to be a rival, I believe, at this time. I believe the older lord of this household is, well, I do not believe he is even of this household anymore. And the priest is also not a priest. I do not know what that means, but he is not who he seems, and neither is the elder lord of this place.
Gee, I wonder what could possibly be wrong with the undead walking all around.
I am simply saying that it seems that mayhaps the attempt on our lives was actually done by whatever creatures infested this area to keep us from actually getting here.
Ah, so Botan and his ilk just proved to be too weak or too senile not to realize something had assumed control of their lands.
I believe
Good.
inept is the correct term, which, while I do wish to see your rival suffer, but you freeing his homeland from such things and helping out his town would prove yourself to be quite honorable, actually, and put you in much more favor than he who has fallen to such
Look
things.
for a cat.
Okay,
Indeed.
roll to find cat.
Did I find Cat, by the way?
No, you have not. You have not found cat.
Oh,
Shino, you find a cat. It's a little kitten curled up on a small pillow tucked on top of this little cabinet here. And give me 1 second to jam its token in place. And it is just curled up having a nap.
To attempt to slip this sleeping cat into my sleeve without disturbing it. Go animal handling.
No, you're supposed to put it in your robe so it has its little head pop out beneath your chin.
No, that would disturb it. Pretty much guaranteed. I have big flowy sleeves that I can store stuff in. So let's see if I can store a cat in them.
I believe in you. Roll to store cat. I think the cat very, very quietly mews when you do this. But for the most part, just like accepts the fact that it's going in your sleeve. It's a kitten. It's used to being picked
Okay.
up.
I can control the cat now.
Let me turn that on for you.
I figure I could just bundle it with my token to make life easy.
There you go. You can control the cat.
I walk back down the hallway.
speaking of cats, Bo is here with us.
Hi, Boo.
Return to the party.
Yes.
Waving slightly with my other hand.
Katsuo turns around. Where did you go off
I
to?
was investigating, shall we say. It doesn't mention the cat.
Why would you keep that secret from us?
See what you do.
You know we're looking for a
See what you
cat.
do.
Hachitsuka will go over exactly what he just went over with everybody else with.
That is...
Do I need to go over it again? Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna bring everybody up to speed on what the Nekomata informed us.
It sounds
No.
as if Lord... What is the other dude's name? Not Botan.
Bhutan.
His father.
His father.
Oh, Shuri.
It sounds as if Lord Shuri has run afoul during his passing of some, I believe. Perhaps he meddled in things he should not have to prolong his life.
Indeed.
His reasons for this being existing are neither here nor there. What matters is how we tend to this matter,
Oh, but
which means that we must find the cat.
I mean, this cat, she very, very delicately holds up her sleeve.
Katsuo stares at it.
That was good timing.
That
Hi.
is adorable.
That was very good.
Adorable. Okay, that sounded like a clown.
That was him whacking my face because I'm
Attention to him.
clipping his nails. Yeah. Stop it.
Aw.
Oh,
Sounds
you clip his nails?
Stop it. Yes, I do.
that's
Mm.
unfortunate.
Siamese have very sharp claws.
Mm.
And Bo likes to climb on me.
Don't be so climbable.
Okay.
You're not getting him in the quick, are you?
No.
Okay. I was gonna say he sounds pissed.
He doesn't like his feet just handled in general.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, moving on.
Well then, we have everything we need to face this priest.
Did the
Indeed.
spirit mention anything else about the priest?
That we won't necessarily have to fight it with combat.
We simply need to challenge it, whatever that means.
Possibly
Hmm.
something to do with lore. Some spirits are very fond of such things. Also, can you give me the spelling of the name the cat gave me, Cam?
This. Basho. Basho.
And Ball shows the name of the cat spirit?
No, Basho's the name that the Nekomata gave to Shino.
Oh, okay.
And that
Oh,
was
that's
what I
right.
am used.
Yeah.
But that'll be interesting. Okay, I think I know where Cam's going with this, but I'm not going to say anything else.
Perhaps it's a game of riddles, considering what we ran into when we first arrived in
I doubt
town.
it. Shall we go?
Let's go then. This way!
I like how he's just deciding where the hell you're going, but he's not the one that the Nekomata. Nekomata didn't tell you where to go.
Well, we told them that he said north.
Oh, okay. I did not hear that part. I'm sorry.
Nakasa's just gonna go straight through.
Katsuo just goes.
He's just like, I'm in charge. We're
No.
going now.
There's no time!
Katsuo goes where he pleases.
Taino's got left behind.
He's tending with his cat.
He's coming.
I got him.
There he is.
Oh, there I am. Yeah, I'm coming.
Yep.
I just lost you guys for a second.
Okay, where do we go from here? Where's Arch? Oh, there
This way.
There's another creepy
Maybe
courtyard
we should
over
roll
here.
perception to determine which direction the spirit is in. The malevolent spirit. Can we do
Is
that?
my sword pointing this way now? Pretty aggressively, Cam?
Your sword just points to magic junk? I thought it only pointed to stuff that you'd seen.
Correct. And I said the priest.
I thought you changed it to try and find hidden
Mhm.
panels.
I didn't do
You
my short
totally did.
sword.
You
My
can't cast
short
both as well
sword.
At the same time.
I don't believe that's the case. No,
Pretty sure it
it's
is. And
because
you've
it.
rested since then anyway.
Yeah, you do need to recast
Oh well,
it.
then I would have recast it right away.
Is it a cantrip?
It is.
Okay, then yes, it is. Your sword is vibrating and possibly burning your hand. You are moving in the correct direction. It wants you to go this way.
Katsuo goes
Alright.
this way.
So we're gonna keep going then.
Yes.
Katsuo proceeds to go straight.
Does anybody else want to be moderately perceptive?
Be perceptive.
I will.
And actually, it lasts 8 hours, core, so I didn't even have to recast it.
There we go. You would notice, actually, well,
Man, my
Hideaki
perception is
probably
just
wasn't-
not.
You're very focused
Not
on trying
happening.
to keep your lights so that everybody can see them. However, Shino and Arch, though, you're not feeling the most perceptive. And Hachisuka would definitely notice, even though he's very focused on finding the thing. As you've moved, you could hear a few of the sort of clacks of wood of what would sound kind of like the puppets. But as soon as Shino approached with the soft, sleeping, fuzzy lump in her sleeve, the clicks would fade away and seem to get out of your way. And you have met zero interference coming in
Hear
this
my cat
direction.
holding.
Yes.
I will stay close to Cheeto and the cat.
Cat. Oh, I lost my cat.
No, you forgot the cat.
You left the cat!
No.
Let us proceed up this way.
I see lit lanterns.
One of my lanterns disappeared.
Lost the lantern.
I think you
I
forgot
lost
it.
I left it behind.
It's up top to the left.
There you
Not-
go, grabbed it for you. Now it's next to Hachisuka.
That's weird. It wasn't emitting any light.
It is on my screen. I think it's because it was too bright.
Oh, there's a thing. It's a mushroom.
It's not a mushroom.
Yeah, it's a mushroom. It's not a guy wearing a hat. Definitely not a guy with a hat. Mushroom.
Finding mushrooms from Dark Souls.
Oh dear.
Alright, guys, I think this is the boss fight. Possibly.
Possibly.
Sheena probably shouldn't be the one in
Yeah, that's why I'm
front.
putting it like right here.
Combat's going to happen.
Don't get close. Alright, so what are we seeing here?
So as you approach, you see the weird, ambiguous, very neutral-faced priest sitting beside the pond, quiet, seeming to study the waters. You notice that it's looking a lot more gaunt than when you last saw it, but they're just sitting there sort of calmly perceiving what is before them. As you get a little closer, Katsuo, they lift a hand as if to get you to stop before setting foot onto their grass and disturbing their peace. But they don't address you.
Katsuo does stop. He does not step on the grass. However, he does sheath his sword for the moment and addresses the priest. Are you the priest? Or are you what passes to be the
While
priest?
they're having this conversation, I'm going to attempt to divine the priest and see if there are two spirits about its person.
Okay.
Very bad at insight, apparently.
You're bad at insight today. You do not perceive two spirits, though.
I'll roll insight.
You're worse at insight than me.
You,
Worse at-
Tim,
Damn it.
you don't perceive anything. I'm sorry. There
roll
do
again?
not seem to be two spirits. However, while it feels like they still feel like a spirit folk to you, but sort of like a strange, corrupted version of it, as if what you'd imagine would happen to like a weird mash together of what the Nekomata felt like to you, but still a spirit folk.
Interesting.
I'm gonna turn that down. It's very loud for me.
Mm.
And at your question, the figure looks forward and says, "The squid seller's call mingles with the voice of the cuckoo."
Let me write that down. Hold on. The squid seller's call mingles with the voice of the cuckoo.
Yes.
Are you typing that, Arch, so we can look at it?
Yeah. I typed it out and put it in the chat. The squid seller's call mingles with the voice of the cuckoo.
Yes.
Would that be dawn?
Good morning.
It would be morning, yeah, but would it be morning or would it be dawn? Because the voice of the cuckoo would be a rooster
I'm
roosting,
pretty sure
cuckooing.
this isn't actually a puzzle.
Yes, it is. Everything is a puzzle.
No, I don't think it is.
I shall treat it. I shall treat it as
They
such.
actually
What was it that
said
the-
it was.
What was it that the spirit said to me when I asked what this priest was?
It was very vague and laughed at the fact that you thought it was a priest.
Well, I said, what is it really? Like, you know what this entity is, and it said it's some kind of riddle.
Shit. It said to you...
Hmm.
Oh, it said, on a shadowed path I must make my way. Let it faintly shine, the moon upon the mountain's edge, from darkness.
Hmm.
And then it, kind of laughed at you.
Hmm.
Katsugo take a stab at it. He looks at the priest, convinced that it is a riddle, and says, "Morning."
The figure sort of turns, tipping its hat back, and you see a very gaunt, but ethereally beautiful face look back at you and smile serenely and shake its head and a cuckoo cries, and through a thicket of bamboo the late moon shines. And let's see. Kacho, as this thing looks at you, roll a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw.
DC 13 Wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
How do I do that? Do I just do Wisdom or do I do DC 13?
Just roll a Wisdom saving throw.
You pass.
That was good. You passed.
Okay.
And through a thicket of bamboo, the late moon
I'm
shines.
gonna type these out first if you can, Q.
Yes.
Garch is grabbing it.
The cuckoo cries, and through a thicket of bamboo, the late moon shines. The late moon would mean a moon going down. The waxing moon?
It'd be the time between night and day, would it not? It's talking about the squid killers called into a cuckoo's cries, and then through the thicket of bamboo, the late moon shines as if the moon is fading.
Would that still not be dawn, or would that be twilight?
It would be dawn. Cuckoo does not cry at the eve.
That's not what I said. Dawn.
The figure begins to look sort of frustrated with you, rising from its comfortable spot. And with the sort of unmoving...
Repeat for me one more time what the cat said to me.
The cat said to you, on a shadowed path... I'll just put it in the thing for you.
Okay, I was gonna repeat it. I'm gonna respond to the spirit, or this thing, using it. I was actually gonna write it down this time.
There you go.
Okay.
Was this thing?
Sorry.
Okay, but wait, is this thing just pissed at Katsuo now?
No, it's just looking annoyed and has stood up.
Alright,
But it is tipped its hat back down.
So, not fully confident that his words will have any meaning to this entity. Bless you again. Shit, I thought another one was coming. I heard like the inhale. I was waiting for it.
No, you're good.
Okay. So only half confident that his words will have any meaning to the spirit, he repeats what the cat spirit said to him. On a shadowed path I must make my way, let it faintly shine the moon upon the mountain's edge from darkness.
The figure lifts an arm, sort of holding it up as if to hide a laugh behind its sleeve in a very polite manner, and then lowers it and looks back at you and says, "When I closed my eyes, he appeared, and had I known it for a dream."
Sheena, I think this is you. I mean, I'm not saying my character knows this, but
Appeared, had I known it for.
I'm not saying that what the spirit said to you and it's passing quickly has any importance right now, but
No, of course, here or not.
clearly not.
We'll give him a second.
Young Lord said, "Can you hear
Maybe
us,
it's my
Core?"
guy.
Puzzling.
What did it say about Basho?
To keep Basho humor in mind. Also, I totally know what this is. It's a haiku contest.
What was your clue?
Mention of Basho, and also the fact that the syllables match up relatively well so far.
Oh God, Hachisuka's terrible at this stuff.
I'm terrible in real life with this.
I thought it was 575.
Standardized haikus.
Mm-hmm.
There's more?
Yeah.
Haikus are. There's a lot of them. But they have to have meaning behind in this situation. Hachisuka doesn't know any of this. The only ones he probably knows are the ones that he used, like, on his wife. That he, like, researched for weeks.
So are these aren't standard form haikus? These are what kind?
They sort of wax and wane between very standard form, and some slightly more complex ones.
Mm.
Does his like, yeah, he's like talking in haikus to us, isn't he? Like, he's not like just random ones.
No, they're definitely meant to portray things. They're haiku.
Would we know that it's haiku?
Yeah, I
Yes.
would think so. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
As a child.
yeah. I mean, he might not be good at it. Like, again, probably very similar to how his mentor is. Like, he knows specific ones about certain things, but
Archer
not
absolutely
like.
need to know how to do these on the fly.
Well, yeah, but I don't know how to do them in real life.
It's not that hard.
Hold on. Does it have? It doesn't have to pertain to the
It has
subject
to
matter.
be relevant to a thought or idea.
Yeah, it has to be relevant to a thought and idea. And what You're juxtaposing thoughts to make a subtle reference or a joke or an innuendo or as Core said, you're referencing a thought in a kind of a roundabout way.
No.
Okay. Appeared, and had I known it for a
Don't
dream.
even do it.
Don't even do it? But I need to make it.
You're also losing the way Roll20 makes a post. That one starts with, "When I closed my eyes, he appeared, and had I known it for a dream."
Ah. So that was 557.
Yeah, they're not all going to be traditional 17 on.
No.
Wow. Holy crap.
And then your cat deafened everyone.
Sorry, that's low. I put him off my lap because he was too warm. Let me see if Hachisuka would even want to try this. I'm just gonna roll a intelligence.
No.
No.
He drools on himself.
Wait. Well, no. It's up to Cam. Does he decide to, or does he not?
I think he's feeling a little overconfident there and is going to try and take a stab at something that his wife would be much better at.
I was writing one out, though. I have such brilliant plans.
You keep writing it.
Yeah, I had one written, so I'm just gonna go for it. It's just gonna be I'm gonna like mess up one of the things because you know.
You can do the traditional one you've written, and I will tell you how it ranks in this haiku contest.
Got it.
There's two different subtexts that are being played with right now in all of the haiku that you have had thrown at you.
What he sees is like he's trying to relate something to it, and he's just gonna go for it because I think he's thinking that they're trying to talk with each other. That's what Hachisuka's thinking at least, and so he's gonna try it.
I believe in you.
Hachisuka kind of straightened out his kimono. His brow extremely creased as he tried to rack his mind for such things. He is not one for wordplay, but he does try. The foulest of deeds, an ally once, then betrayed, defiled once more.
It's a pretty good one. The sort of priest lifts their sleeve again, tipping their hat in almost a doleful way, and then shook their head and
Filed once again would have sounded better, but
They're going to tip their as they speak, they're going to tip their hat up, and they are going to say, "I cannot sleep for the blaze of the full moon. I thought I heard here and there a voice calling. Hopelessly I answer yes to the empty air."
ooh, that was a good one.
I cannot. That's so many syllables.
Yes, it's not always about syllables.
It's about the matching or the sequencing.
It's about the sequencing and the play between the imagery. Tainos, as this thing looks up at Hachisuka and tips its head up for a moment, I need you to make a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw.
Oh no, I'm really bad at those.
I believe.
Uh-oh.
You failed.
Uh-oh.
I'm really bad at those, as I said. Hachisuka has no wisdom.
No. You feel a sort of numbness spread through your legs, but a very sweet warmth spread from your chest as you are charmed.
Oh no.
Does he show any outward signs of being charmed that we would see, or is he still normal?
I mean, maybe he looks a little more doe-eyed.
He doesn't look as creased forehead as he was because he was very. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go get rid of my cats real quick.
Okay.
They're just, as you can see, they're not getting out.
I can't see it, but it sounds bad.
Yes, Bo. Yes. Come on downstairs. Good.
All right, I think I got one.
Okay.
I'm going to type it out first before. I have no idea about the rules of haiku, but here it goes.
You're fine.
You gotta speak it too, Arch.
Yes, all right, here we go, because this sounds... Okay, so here it is. Katsuo clears his throat. In the mountain pass, the moon weeps in the river, for the sun has come.
That's very good. The priest looks actually rather demure at that, tipping their hat back down as they lower both their sleeves to quietly think for a few moments. Obviously pleased that you seem to have at least unconsciously grasped the context of this contest.
Katsuo gives a small bow of his head and waits.
It sort of pauses for a moment, and then
The discord reigns supreme.
Yeah.
dun dun dun. Plink, plink, plink.
There's a lot of poplinks.
Yes, there are. It does not plink, but instead it says, Fisher folk live in villages where I know not, yet constant complaints to see the shore are all he seems to say.
Yeah, that one's okay. There it is. Thank you. Fisher, for I know not.
Hello, I'm back. What happened? Is anyone else charmed?
Katsuo passed.
That was weird. Okay.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Well,
Katsuo passed, and now he's on part 2.
Oh.
Fisherfolk live in villages where I know not, yet constant complaints to seek the shore are all he seems to say.
Oh god, why can I never remember your character's name?
Katsuo!
As Katsuo seems to be thinking, Shino interjects in response to this newest haiku.
Okay.
The sea is but a memory, laughing gentle shores live forever in a man's light-spirited heart.
The spirit sits up again and actually laughs at this, a very delighted laugh, and seems to tilt its hatted head, though it doesn't tilt the hat up to look at you. It leaves it down, shading its face. And it glances over towards Hachisuka for a moment.
Uh-oh.
And it waves a hand as if dismissing you.
Am I no longer charmed?
No, you're still charmed.
Okay.
Is he like trying to dismiss Tynos?
It's more like it's waving him sort of off a little bit, as if he has to sit and think on a new one.
Oh.
Yeah. And next it turns to Hideaki. Oh, that's right, shit. No. Instead, it will respond. For what would folk come visiting, even deeper, into gloom would fall, this mountain hold in autumn. After this latest comment, the cat in your sleeve, Shino, yawns and seems to roll over.
Aww. Katsuo is stroking himself, his chin. Katsuo is stroking his chin. Katsuo is stroking his chin himself. To himself. Katsuo is stroking his chin to himself.
Great Kami said Katsuo is stroking himself.
God damn it. Oh, Jesus.
A smile on his face, Shino follows up this newest haiku. A mountain
You're cheating and using the Basho story.
completely made up by me, Arch. A mountain remembers the gaze of 1,000 lights and 2,000 nights.
Oh, the spirit gives you yet another amused look, and seems to lift both of its hands in a charmed chuckle.
I'm back.
Welcome back. And finally, it looks at Hachisuka, waiting for, or I'm sorry, not Hachisuka, Hideaki, waiting for his response.
Damn it! Wouldn't let me type the whole thing.
I've already forgotten. Drop the mic.
What I was gonna say is a valley forgotten, fields of gold turned ashen waste, light known but cast aside.
Pretty fucking dark. If you hit shift and then enter, it drops the spacing
okay,
the way
that's
you
how
want.
that works.
You can just copy
Okay.
paste it like
Yeah.
I do. 'Cause that's easier.
Yeah.
Alright, good copy and paste like you did. So shift enter?
Yes.
Alright. Is that dark? Does that seem dark?
That's okay. It's right in line with the Katsuo family line of ash everywhere. Everything is ash.
There we go.
You get a nod of approval, and the spirit waves Hachisuka forward once more.
Oh, so he wants me to speak now?
Yes.
Oh boy. Follow up with a valley.
I mean, you don't have to like
Really
it,
something
it's a
lewd.
concept.
I kind of like how ours go into a mountain remembers a valley forgotten.
No, the ones he likes are ones that follow up with each other, because, yeah, if you notice, that's what he enjoys, so... Yes. That's what I
There's
said.
more than one you can link to. You don't have to go with the first one.
I mean, yes, but... Oh.
So we're just in like a haiku match with this thing.
Yes.
That's where
I
this
like
is
this.
gone. Okay.
I like this. It's better than just roll 20.
Typing up your next one in advance.
I am.
I want to wait and see what he responds with next before I type mine out.
Should we get a turn order for this, or
They're usually sort of free flowing,
just checking?
but everybody like you speak as you think of them, but everybody takes a turn before it cycles back around.
Guys,
Unless you're
I'm actually
dismissed
gonna
from the game.
grab something to eat really quick. I'll be back in a few minutes again, sorry.
No
Okay.
problem.
I'm
No
hungry.
worries. Manja manja.
Ew. I'll order something. Or should I have a ramen cup?
Who should cook actual food?
I'm doing
Yeah.
that tomorrow. I have pasta. And garlic bread.
On the last line, sorry, I'm just trying to word this properly.
Now you must say it, Tynos.
I was eating a cookie. I'm sorry.
We'll wait for you to consume this cookie.
A light flickers. Hope becomes a beacon, while dreams wither within.
The priest looks a little doleful once more, a little saddened and muted, but tips its hat down, obviously acknowledging that you have once again caught back up with the contest. Then it folds its hands before it once more and says, the moon smiles down, catching the hem of my belt, torn in its cold light.
I'm on this one. I got this. Alright, I think I might got one.
Well, I think it's, I don't know whose turn it is now, actually.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I love how you immortalize the Katsuo stroking himself in chat.
Yep.
Yes.
I sort of wish there was, like, just a channel to slap quotes in, but that would be the only one there. Yes.
Alright, I got one. Katsuo stares and thinks hard on this one. Frowning. He looks up. And he sort of stands resolute. She eyes away his hesitation and goes, dauntless he goes forth, the stars' laughter in his ears. He requires pants.
The spirit laughs, sitting back down before the pond and just chuckling.
In response to Arch's haiku, Shino perks up again. A belt is but a shackle, binding one's chains into place. One cannot linger at long, bound to earth and linen. The soul longs for the sky, a freedom to the breeze beneath.
The spirit doubles over again, quietly lifting both sleeves once more to try and hide the laughter. Is Roman back?
No.
I don't think he is.
Okay.
That's fucking funny though. This is basically a joke.
Jesus.
With an amused grin, that you can just barely see the tracest edges of, the spirit settles down to think quietly a moment.
Vigorous typing.
The huh?
Sorry, go ahead.
The figure looks up in response, calming its laughter as it says, "The sky and sun laugh, driving the soul onwards, yet it is not the four winds giving that push, but a single breeze."
Fart jokes.
Oh God. Achisuka does not enjoy this.
Sky and Sun Lab. Oh God. Oh, I think it's your turn, Tynos.
I know that just completely threw mine off. I have to think.
Beforehand is a bad plan.
Well, yeah, I had two ideas for words. I was either going to use this bound or freedom, but neither more use, so that's okay. But at least Hachisuka knows he needs to be
Okay, I'm
funny.
back.
Not serious.
Sorry.
Welcome back.
Came back just in time to read the haiku fart joke.
Nice. He requires pants.
Thank you.
Good work.
I actually had to work pretty damn hard to think of that.
It's good though.
So, whose turn is it? Is it my turn?
It is your turn and
Okay.
Hachisuka's turn.
Okay.
One of you is done first, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Here you go. Hachisuka rubs the side of his face slightly. He is not used to expressing direct emotions, but he kind of pulls back from noticing that the spirit seems to like more amusing and happy somewhat poems. So he takes back from an experience he once had. The soul may waver, yet love lasts. A voice wavers, face is flushed, nothing but quiet.
The spirit gives you a smile and a quieter laugh and nods in approval, looking only to Hideaki now.
The darkest of monks.
The darkest monk, yeah.
Yeah, the monk who does really dark stuff. I mean, so did Hachisuka for the first one, but after that,
Yeah.
he kind of
Gosh,
lightened
guys.
up a little bit.
Hideyaki is the Edgar Allan Poe of the East.
Hachisuka, I don't know what words are.
You die again.
It's me. What else is new?
Okay. Two hearts once treasured, the river's path winds onward, sun and ocean's kiss. Well,
Oh.
It's very cute. And it's cycled back to the second theme.
Yeah.
The spirit gives you a final smile and seems to sort of flicker as it removes its hat finally, and the gaunt face looks far warmer and a little less ambiguous, and you see a fairly rosy feminine face, and finally realize why the Nekomata was laughing at you, because it is not a priest, but a priestess. And she offers you a final poem. It is night again. I let down my silken hair over my shoulders and open my thighs over my lover. Tell me, is there any part of me that is not lovable?
Jesus.
And then it sort of drops its hat and fades away.
Wait for she can meet onto me.
What is the presence we feel now?
Hachisuka, before they even said anything, walked over and smacked his lord on the back of the head as hard as he could.
Oh god.
Oh, he did.
Kino just kind of rubs her forehead, very, very ashamed of her lord.
You were saying Hideaki.
I was asking Cam, how does the atmosphere feel at this point? Does it still feel heavy and malicious, or
It does not. It has lightened tremendously, and as you look down where the spirit priestess once was, you see a small jade bell.
I would like to examine this bell closer.
Do it.
I'm gonna.
Okay.
What should I roll for this? Perception or investigation?
Are you investigating the bell or trying to figure out what it is?
I'm trying to determine if it has any markings on it or anything. Like, I'm examining it closely.
Investigation.
Okay. Damn it! The shit rolls tonight, man.
The bell is made out of jade. It is a nice sort of
Would anyone else like to take
gray
a crack at it?
nephritic jade.
I'm going to attempt to divine the bell's purpose.
Okay. Roll Arcana or Insight, one or the other. Not the best. You know just from basic insight, that the bell is sort of it seems to tie spirits in place, and there's a myth surrounding it, but you can't quite remember what the story is. But you've seen something like this bell before, just in your studies, but you can't quite remember the exact story.
Oh, can I roll insight to see if maybe I can remember this story?
Do you relate us? Yeah, that's.
Mention this to him.
Can I?
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
I roll history for.
Yeah.
No.
History?
Nope.
Oh,
Or just history, your insight.
okay.
I'd probably be history too.
Yep.
Man.
Hideaki, you aren't one for more romantic mythologies for some reason. Hachisuka, you
very dark.
vaguely remember. You're very dark.
No romance.
Katsu hasn't really learned to start romancing yet. He will need to, considering he's getting engaged soon.
Woo,
But no one's
those
gone over.
things.
Yeah. But he hasn't quite gotten that down. Hachisuka, however, you remember your wife actually hang on.
Damn it.
Andy's very upset. Hang on.
I heard Randy in the background. God damn.
Yeah.
God damn it, Griff.
his PUBG match isn't going very well. Hachisuka, you remember your wife reading you a tale of how certain spirit folk would give up a chunk of their seeming immortality, especially one story in particular, originally of a spirit folk man that fell in love with a beautiful young princess and gave up a chunk of his immortality to try and keep him young forever and with him. Unfortunately, the duties of her family kept her tied to a more mortal plane, and it didn't turn out quite the way they wanted, and became very much a tale of star-crossed lovers. But the way that they remained tied to one another was through uh, bracelets of bells.
Hachisuka tilted his head, holding his chin.
Are you going to share this information with us?
Yeah,
He's thinking back about it for a second, like, once again, his brow is creasing and looking forward, like he's trying to rack his mind for something. He's not very good with this. He's much better at cast sword. He eventually tells everyone, I believe this bell has something to do with an old story of the lovers that were once actually spirit folk. Well, a spirit folk and a mortal man. She, I believe. Right? Yes, I think it was she. It's what he remembers, okay? He's not, it's only a 15. He doesn't remember it completely. Had fallen for him and given up part of her immortality or life? Something along those lines. He pauses, thinking again. But I believe the end of the story has them something along the lines of not exactly going quite as planned, but they were still connected with rings and bells like this.
You're saying that these bells are how they would keep hold of one another.
In a manner of speaking, I believe. I believe it caused them to be connected. Which if with what the somewhat vulgar last remark and the fact that the lord of this area, actually, I do not know much about him.
That would beg the question then of where this bell's sister, brother, whatever, its equal is.
I would believe it would be with whatever is the elder lord of this area now, if I had to guess.
Would that not be Elder Daimyo? What's his name? Shifu?
Soshu. Something. Soshi. No.
Shuri.
Shuri. Would that not be Daimyo Shuri?
Well, what the Neku Maru said, that it's not exactly the same thing, which kind of relates to what we just learned from this. But it might be someone completely different. I do not know. But that is the next step of what the cat did tell us to do.
Perhaps Lady Shino and I can determine to whom this bell is connected.
Go at it. I can see if my arcane mark can tell us anything.
I will defer to your judgment, all three of you.
I do not believe it wise for your tainted hand to touch such an artifact, sir.
I do not need to touch it.
So, I did not mean directly.
Hachisuka seemed a little offended, actually.
That's fine. That was kind of the intention.
I cared not for your offense.
Oh, does he just say the same thing to him? Jesus Christ.
It's literally a dark magic hand. Why would we want you to touch a spiritual art?
Well, no, it got ripped. It's not like actually like a demon mark. It's leftovers of.
Oh, Hideaki didn't
wounds.
say anything regarding your hand.
Oh yeah, it's leftover wounds. It's like he was in the middle of such a large battle of death and destruction that he was left marked by a symbol that basically means suffering. I think is what I decided on.
Suffering touching a divine artifact is a great plan.
Well, it's just like almost like the curse that was placed upon him. It's not really a curse. It's like a leftover mark of battle. It's a physical scar of
Even so,
war.
it still has dark connotations.
It does, but it's not truly dark. It's a negative emotion, yes, but it's not dark.
I mean, your young lord was nearly stolen by negative emotions.
Indeed.
In generally Eastern settings, negative emotions are dark.
Well, yes, it's not necessary. It's not evil. Okay, let me rephrase.
I never said it was evil.
But is it negative?
I literally said it is negative.
Yeah,
That's
so.
kind of what we're going for.
But it's not supposed to be a thing that is hampering of that sort of thing. It's supposed to be more of a that's kind of creepy.
I think what they're trying to warn you of is that you, as a one-time cursed being, should not touch a deeply spiritual and emotion-filled object.
Okay.
Because they don't know how it will respond to you, and you don't know what will happen, and this thing also just charmed you like 10 minutes ago.
Basically, we don't think that's a good idea, is what we're trying to tell you. Very poorly.
Yeah.
Allow Katsuo to help. I think they're saying that they don't want you to do
Very
that.
helpful, Arch.
Yeah, thank you.
While we let that helpfulness sink in, we're going to take a 5-minute break so I can once again refill my water bottle and run to the restroom.
That sounds like a good idea. I think I'm gonna get some water too.
A majestic prince in the night.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, once again to Mythic Monday. Very late in the evening.
Yes. We had a slow start, as you can see. We had our haiku battle.
Nothing's happened. Nothing important has happened. We talked to a cat spirit, and then we did a haiku battle with a priestess.
Indeed. Welcome to our newest segment, Late Night Lusty Lyrics. How are you doing today, my lovelies?
I'm doing just fine tonight, Arch. How are you?
I am doing fantabulous. And would you like to know why?
Why are you doing?
Because I have a drink. I have my phone in one hand, my mouse in the other, and Katsuo's hands around his cock, stroking.
The important question here, are they long strokes or short strokes?
He likes to mix up the
you.
pace.
See, I'm the only one with that power.
See, you scared somebody off.
Oh no, I moved it.
No.
You
Oh,
put
okay.
me in timeout.
You put him in timeout.
All of us can, yeah. We can all move him.
Motherfucker.
Okay.
Yeah, you might want to change that.
It was the correct thing to do in that scenario. Do not misuse this power. I use it only for good.
Okay. So I believe, I don't know, Shino was gonna try to attempt to determine to whom this bell was connected, but Hideaki is gonna go ahead and attempt to determine who is tied to this bell.
Indeed, we are going to investigate.
The bell. Do you want to? Well, roll.
Actually,
Roll investigation.
Yep.
Or
Shino moves over to Hideaki and holds out a hand for him.
Arch
gonna
investigates the
double.
We're
floor.
gonna double up and see if we can combine our rolls.
can we do, are we allowed to do that?
Yeah.
Combine our investigation.
Investigation or insight?
Your insight. You're
Okay.
combining your spiritual awareness.
Hey,
Oh wow, I guess it doesn't really
finally. I finally got a decent roll.
Hideaki, as soon as you come in contact with the bell, you see a number of charming memories of the Elder Lord Son, Son no Shuri, happy, speaking with this priestess, standing next to this pond, wandering the castle grounds, speaking on random matters, just interacting in general. And you know immediately it belongs. The other bell is most likely with wherever Shuri happens to be. You would have had a good beat on that, except the little kitten in Shino's sleeve finally wakes up, clambers out of her sleeve, grabs onto the little bit of silk cord that is hanging on the bell, hops down, and runs away with it.
Can I attempt to communicate with the cat?
Sure.
Because I do have the ability to speak with animals.
Yep.
Just where do you think you're going with that, troublemaker?
The kitten pauses and wiggles its adorable little kitten tail, and informs you in a happy little kitten voice that it is taking the bell, obviously, to where the other bell is, so that they can play.
I suggest we follow the cat.
Well then, I guess we will be following the cat.
Meanwhile, poor Archie and Tynos have just heard meowing from both Hideaki
Yeah.
and the cat.
Meow 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 meow.
Ah, yeah. So Hideaki looks back. And
Come on,
Katsuo and
Hideaki.
Hachi. Yeah.
Do,
Yeah.
do your best, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Come on, Core.
Alright, Meow.
Core.
Alright, Meow. It's time for us to follow the cat, Meow.
You do it too, do you?
Yes. That's pretty good.
Hachisuka.
Meow. Meow.
What?
I'd like to kill them.
Meow.
You don't get to say anything after what you said.
Okay, so Katsuo and Hachizuka, Hideaki informs them. It seems our feline friend here is willing to lead us to the Elder Master Shuri.
Then let him lead.
Indeed.
And with that, the little kitten scoots off this way, and you can slowly move it in this direction.
Oh, slow the hell down, guys.
You gotta wait for the cat.
I don't know how fast this cat is going.
The cat is in the corner.
The cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon.
The cat has led us into a trap. We all fall into a pitfall trap. Deck save, everybody.
Alright.
Okay, where are we going?
Okay. You're going this way.
We go where the cat goes.
It's gonna go this way.
I'm lazy and don't want to move my token.
I'll tell you, one of the most embarrassing ways two of us got knocked out in our party in the first level dungeon. Two people fell down into a pillow pitfall trap, which, by the way, is a thing.
Pillow pitfall trap?
So a
Yes,
trap with a
it's
pillow.
legitimately a thing. No, it's a pitfall trap, but there's pillows at the bottom of it. It's supposed to be a joke. However, one of our friends rolled a 1, which made him fail his deck save, which is only a 5, by the way. And literally just took 12 points of damage and knocked himself out.
Wow.
Yes.
Those must have been very firm pillows.
That's why you don't invest in Serta.
These
If
things
he
happen.
rolled a 1, he would have failed either
It's
way.
possible for him not to fail.
Right, but he rolled a 1, which is automatically a failure.
Yeah.
The first kitten holding the bell gets excited and actually runs into the other kitten that had eschewed your company earlier.
I don't know where we are.
Over here.
Oh, here we are.
I grabbed Katsuo for you.
I'm inside a pillar.
What did you do? There, you're right there. It's okay.
Okay.
Become one with a pillar.
Help, I'm stuck!
I'm a pillar man. I'm a pillar
I'm
man.
stuck in a pillar!
Aye, 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 aye.
Yep. The
Right.
the more familiar cat runs
Appropriate
up,
response.
sort of bonks into Hachizuka's shin, and then starts a small tussle fight with the kitten holding the bell. Your bell is dropped for a second, so that the kittens can fight a moment. Focus lost.
That's the kitten that got along with me, right?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yep. And then after a moment, they seem to come to a détente. Their tete-a-tete ends, and they seem to come to a conclusion. And now both of them are going with you. And I'm just gonna give you both the core. You have both kittens, but the first kitten that you had spoken with picks the bell back up. And now you have two little kittens, and they are directing you this way.
Which way?
This way.
Oh, right. Let me just
Yeah.
roll the map over.
Yep.
How much time has passed since we were in the courtyard with the priestess? Because my ability to speak with animals lasts for about 10 minutes.
Oh,
It's definitely not been 10 minutes.
it has not been 10 minutes. You guys have been beelining in the way a kitten excitedly runs with that sort of like derpy, not really good coordination, but still like kitten speed.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Just wondering.
Where now?
You are going to continue to head south. And you'll notice every once in a while there is the weird, quiet, the clacking that you used to hear even seems to be gone. There's no weird hands reaching up for you. In fact, the house seems to just be kind of quiet.
It's like it's just a house now.
Yes.
Your eyes open for ninjas.
Okay.
And they direct you down here. And they sort of get lost for a moment, and then they seem to want you to go this way. And they get to about here, and
I
you
see a somebody.
a familiar face, and a reuse token. And both kittens stop. The one holding the bell drops it, and they begin hissing at the figure over here. In that, angry, growly
Cat
Cat
kitten
hiss.
hiss. Yeah. And
Okay.
and back up and hide behind you.
Guard the cats.
Protect the cats.
Protect the pussy.
Stop it.
God damn it, Brendan.
Thanks, Arch.
No problem. That's why you had me here.
Put him in timeout.
Now you're grounded.
Do not do that.
do not.
And I'll add that in.
Okay.
What on earth? There we go. All right, so can we immediately recognize who this individual is? You said it was familiar.
You can. You immediately recognize this this visage as Son no Shuri, the head of the household, though he's looking suddenly very, very worse for wear.
Lord Shuri, you do not seem well, Chato says dryly.
It's the middle of the night. We've been guided here by cats. We fought mannequins, and we played haiku wars with the priestess. And now we come upon this old man who actually looks old now. Yep, it's been quite a night. How much time has passed since our characters woke up? Estimate. It's still the middle of the
3
night.
hours, probably. Yes.
Three or 4 hours, yeah.
Probably getting close to morning at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting pretty late.
Pretty early.
He stares at you with. Actually, he's not staring at you. He's staring at the cats with distaste and trying to shoo them away. Gesturing angrily with his sword.
Is his sword unsheathed, or?
No, it's his blade is still within its sheath.
Okay. Yeah, right?
I will say again, Lord Shuri, you do not look well.
Katsuo is stroking himself. I just saw that. I'm sorry. I just saw that. Highlight of the evening.
Yes.
He looks at you finally, Katsuo, with a gaunt sneer, and says, "It matters not, little Kageyori. I'll be well again soon enough once I go and fix the damage you've caused."
You were aware then of the spirit.
That would be most evident, yes. I'm well aware of what she could do and did for me. It's unfortunate that you seem to agree with my son, but it matters very little, as I will have you driven out of my household for being such poor guests to what is required, and he will sit upon your seat, out of my way, and you will be out of my way.
Hachisuka leered one eye specifically at the old man, and said very simply, "And is that why you tried to prevent us from even coming here in the first place?"
It was one of the reasons. The other was
And-
just simply knowing you'd fail without the proper provisions.
Before he could even finish that, his sword was drawn in a second. "Then you have committed
Alright.
treason upon the Lord, and the only punishment for that is death."
How is it treason to hold one out of my own holdings, child?
"Because you have threatened those of the ones you have allied before we were even on your property. You could technically make up a pattern of us technically leaving our rooms here, and that might have that, but you have just admitted to something that is dishonor to your entire legacy, and your son's legacy."
One problem there, Master Hachisuka. We don't have any proof.
Indeed,
My word is
if you were
plenty.
to
His word is worth less than his
And
oath.
Master Hachizuka, if you were to strike him down here, there would be nothing for us to prove our innocence. You would essentially
Does
condemn
not need
us.
to be proven.
You would condemn both of our clans to war.
I disagree. I completely disagree with that.
You would really go to war with the family that holds the entire Northern Passage, as you have but a simple, small trading castle. Really?
Hachisuka looked at the man. "Oh, I mean not for my own accord. Again, you have threatened the lords of this land's son to death. You have hired insignificant...
We are not in our lord's lands.
Not here, but en route we were technically on my ships. And my ships are our lands."
Okay, I was gonna say
Proof of
we're
you
on the
that
ocean.
What
were on the
proof of
ocean,
you
there's
that
no-
I threatened anybody on your ships?
I believe you did.
I said
Actually,
nothing
you
of ships.
Produce
I
the
said I
scroll.
didn't
Who has the scroll?
desire you
With the orders.
to come and visit. Yet I met with you perfectly cordially,
You did.
child.
He slowly, through his pocket or his robe, he took out the small scroll and tapped it against his hand very quietly. "Did you not just say that you tried to stop us before we got here?"
I said you were unwelcome on my lands. That was all.
"I believe you said something different. I believe you specifically said that you tried to stop us and used many tactics to do so."
I never said anything of tactics.
Excuse my misspeaking, but it was something akin to that.
Misspeaking is everything in what you are accusing. And right now, you are nowhere near the holdings of your lord.
Not here, but again, upon my ship. It is
Your
my
ship
land.
is not seated here right this moment.
But if you had threatened us upon them and admitted to it, then that is no longer case.
I've not admitted to anything regarding your ships.
So you have said, but you have alluded to something similar to such.
Illusions don't really count, Dennis.
Again, if your character wants to say that, that's fine. Hachisuka is firm. He's not really one for these political nonsense. He knows this guy did this, and he's not really for this. And also the fact that this man also had spirits and undead within his house and stuff like that. You spirit folk will probably be also very against anything this man did.
Sure, we can be against it, but we don't have any proof.
We're trying to handle this in a more pragmatic fashion. You have to
well.
remember our characters are more diplomatic.
Oh, well.
Once again, Lord Hachisuka, we have no direct proof which we would require to excuse executing a lord, she says very pointedly.
Just the word of the second son of the Hitsu.
I would like to speak to Botan. Gato says as he finally gets bored of everything and steps forward.
He's unavailable. My son is obviously resting at this hour.
I find that hard to believe. And he will make time for me, I can assure you.
Lord Shuri, why do you try to unravel the peace between our clans?
I don't unravel any peace at all. I am merely making certain that the most worthwhile candidate takes
Is
over.
he that worthwhile if he requires your help to do so?
You don't require the help of your father? Who are your retainers from? And he opens the hand and gestures towards the trio with you.
Botan does not require the help then of the spirits that you've had around your castle. Who summoned the spirit?
What spirits do you speak of?
The one that wore the face of your priest.
Priestess.
Priestess. The one who has orchestrated this night's most interesting events.
He sneers at you and refuses to respond at that.
You press on. Gotso.
And the kittens, you will note, have backed up a little further and are still hissing very violently.
Oh,
Did I stutter? Oh, God, what is his name? Shihu? Shahu?
Shuri.
Sure.
You also would not call him by his first name.
What's his last name again?
Son.
Son?
Son.
Son.
Okay.
Did I stutter, Lord Son? It is not becoming of one to be without words.
It is better to stay silent.
So the hissing from the cats, can I determine if that is actually language of any sort, or is it just hissing?
It's just super frightened hissing.
Speaking of the cats, the one that was friendly to me, I'm guessing, is right behind me.
Yes.
That one, I would like to discreetly lean down and just gently, rub its ears quickly.
Aww.
And I'd actually like to establish a beef bond with it. Because it is friendly towards me, correct?
I mean, it's sort of friendly with you, yeah.
That's enough. As long as it's, in friendly terms with me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right now it's very busily hissing at
That's fine.
Sure.
So, this just basically all it does is that it is telepathically linked to me, so it can understand some telepathic messages, and it can speak simple things to me and stuff like that, as well as I can do it right back to it. But after I've done that, I would like to simply think to it, is your generator nearby enough to help vouch for some of the things that I have said? This would help your friend.
You have used a word a little bit big for a kitten.
Your mother?
Can you talk to cats?
I can't.
He can send small messages.
I can
I
basically.
can talk to the cats, unless it's been 10 minutes.
I don't think it's been 10 whole minutes. It's
Okay.
you're at like 9 minutes. You might got him
Hachisuka's trying to do this
subtly.
on the down low.
Yeah.
He's trying to.
The word mother sort of clicks. And it's not the mother you're looking for, but more like a grandmother.
Yes.
The little kitten does not really have the wherewithal to respond to you other than a quiet no before it goes back to viciously spitting at well, as vicious as a kitten can be at Shuri, and I suppose you would, and Hideaki and Shino would get the direct idea that in the middle of their angry hissing, they're basically calling him like a scary monster.
While this conversation is going on, Shino begins muttering slightly loudly a prayer to bring peace to the dead. Just to see what happens.
Ooh, okay. Shurino-san screams at you and swivels at you, and with a sort of weird shriek turns his gaze upon you, and the more you continue your words, the more sort of faded and, well, not exactly faded, decrepit his face becomes, and you need to succeed on a DC Wisdom saving throw.
Can I attack
DC
him off
13.
the DM?
I mean, sure.
I would say wisdom saving throw.
Yes, 13.
I pass.
You succeed.
Hideaki will begin incanting the prayer as well.
And yeah. Upon seeing the sudden turn, Katsuo attacks.
Alrighty!
He's like, yeah, this guy's undead. He crits.
Oh no!
You open up with a crit. Go ahead.
Click that weapon. 16.
Yeah, so he just jutsus it. He reaches down and grabs Yoruno Uta while it's still in its sheath, and quickly strikes outward to try and cut the damn thing in two.
Okay,
He's pulling a Hachisuka's move.
you try and rend him in two. You connect very solidly with his ribcage, digging in a huge chunk, and putrid flesh falls to the ground as this thing sort of shrieks in pain. And now everybody can roll initiative.
All right.
I fail initiative.
You did.
Token.
Oh shit. Damn it, I forgot to click it again.
Every time, don't worry, me too.
Well, hey,
Oh my god, we're all thinking.
I did decent. I got 15.
Fine.
You did.
It's just on 0.
He's Arch has 2.
A 1.
It's okay,
Also-
I still got first blood.
Also, side note, Cam, if the cat does decide to attack, it has a +5 to hit.
Neat!
Don't-
Titus throws a baby cat.
Don't make the cat attack.
I'm just saying, he does. I'm not making it. I can't make it attack. Like, but if it decides, it has a +5
Pick
to
it up and throw it at him. Problem solved.
Wait, how come he has 2 turns?
Andy is very upset with you for suggesting throwing a baby cat, Titus.
I didn't say that. That was Hideaki. What the fuck?
What is Tynos? Why is Tynos listed twice in the turn order?
Is he? Oh, he is. I'm sorry. Oop. There we
There we
go.
go.
What the hell?
Okay,
Listen, don't complain.
so
You almost got 2 turns.
how does this work? Shino and Shuri both have 4, so how do they determine who goes first?
Sheena's going. Usually it's up to dexterity.
What is your
Oh,
dexterity?
right, okay.
His dexterity. It goes by bonuses, doesn't it? So his bonus is a +1. Yeah, so Sheena goes
Okay.
first, so
Alright,
it
then.
stays exactly as it is.
Alright,
Yeah, it did it.
okay.
The system is smart.
The system works.
The
But
system
what
works.
if their dex was
Then you have to
equal?
roll.
You rolled on our d20.
Then they have
Yeah.
to roll again? Alright. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and, for my action, I will cast Bless on all 3 of my party members. So
Okey-dokey.
for, let me see, is that concentrated again? Let me see.
It's just an action.
No, it is concentrated. I have to concentrate in order to keep the blessing up. But it lasts for 10 minutes.
Concentration per minute.
So now I have 30. Yeah. So now I have 3 slots. I guess we're going to try to do this officially. And then I will step back a bit here. And then my turn.
Okie dokie.
So everyone gets an extra plus or 1d4 to their attack and no, just attack, not damage.
Yay!
And saving throws.
Oh wow! I thought it was only one time you get to use it, but that was the old one. Apparently, it's up to the entire minute of duration.
Oh,
You can
it's
use it.
1 minute. Sorry, I meant 10.
Yeah.
Because each cycle is 6 seconds, right? Like each
Yeah.
full
So it's,
turn is so we get
that's
10 cycles.
wow.
As
That's
long as I don't lose
really nice.
concentration.
That's really nice. Actually, I didn't know that. I thought it was just you use it up once.
Pretty sure
That's
you went to
awesome.
concentrate
Nope,
when you-
everyone gets.
duration.
What's
It
that?
says concentration 1 minute.
Up to 1 minute. 1 minute's the maximum
Yeah.
that I can keep it up for, but I have to also concentrate.
Concentration's not hard in 5e, thankfully, unless you get
Yep.
hit by like half your health or something like that, and then it gets bad. That staggers you. Anyways, it's me.
Okay.
Well, out of good positioning, I'm gonna move 5 feet to try to get in close with this guy to get him away from our squishies. Yeah, you're right. Instead of him running at you.
That means I'm just gonna hit you.
And then I'm gonna activate Wrathful Smite, and then cast Sword.
Okay.
I have to roll to hit first, though.
Yes.
I really need to make a new macro for this one. Oh well, later. Ew, that's god awful.
Add a d4 to that.
All right.
Roll a d4.
Dun.
1.
Wow.
14?
Wow, I'm rolling bad. It's not terrible, but it's probably not going to hit him.
It does not.
Damn.
I'm guessing he has a 15 or a 16. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that
I
sounds
think he
about.
still
That
has
sounds.
some-
That sounds possibly right. We'll figure this out.
Yeah. It was a good try. I believe in you.
We'll figure this out, guys. Don't worry.
Oh, I didn't hit, so it doesn't work. Never mind.
Oh wait, no. That's a 14. Yeah, no, that does it.
Oh,
14
cool.
does it? Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's 14.
All right. Damage. Wait, where'd the sword? Oh, there it is.
14.
14.
Oof.
Okay.
Not quite done yet. Hold on.
You still need to, as you moved closer, you also need to roll a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Also that just when I get there.
Okay.
That's a psychic damage too. Wisdom save.
Mhm.
Which I'm bad at.
You are frightened.
Gotcha. That's not panic. No,
Yep.
that's not panicked. I don't think. Let me remember what this. Yeah.
Conditions, frightened.
Let me re-roll then. Let me re-roll then, because I have to. It's disadvantage.
I mean,
Yep.
you don't have to roll this time.
Yeah, you don't have to reroll this time.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. The next time I just have disadvantage. That's fine. He also needs to do a wisdom saving throw for me. DC only 10.
I don't know why that was. Oh shoot! Let me untoggle that.
Damn it! I would have been a 6. I would have got him.
You're.
Yes.
Bullshit.
Shenanigans!
Shenaners.
Flip the futon.
Officer
in
Bob
order-
Brady, I'd like to call shenanigans.
I wanted us to both be frightened of each other.
That would be really funny.
Neither of you can
That
approach
would-
closer to each other.
Yet we're both facing each other directly.
Yep.
Aw.
And it is now Shino's
I'm
turn.
going to turn up the bass and shatter both of these people.
Oh,
You're on
God.
your way.
You need single
No, I
target
don't.
spells.
You really... Wait, can't you use elemental to
No,
change
range
the...
spells. No, only cone.
No?
This is an AoE.
Hmm.
From a single point rather than a cone or a line. I've thought of that too, but I can't. I could do that with Thunder Wave, but that does. Okay. You need to do a DC 13.
Okay,
Con
Constitution.
Save. I'm a little bit better at that.
Yes, you take half damage. And don't get, you know.
God, that does a lot of damage. Well, folks have done
Alright.
14 already.
You also. Where is that thingy? I don't think this thing's made out of stone, crystal, or metal. That's fine. Is there any objects nearby that aren't being held or carried?
I mean, there's this wall
Okay, that wall is
here.
Next to me?
Okay, you exploded a wall at Katsuo.
I mean, you'll also need to do a con save.
Why?
Oh yeah, here in the AoE as well, Archie.
Circle. 12.
12.
You don't pass. You take full damage.
Oh god, you did more damage to us than this. Core, you need to stop. Hachisuka's gonna have a serious conversation with your lack
Wait,
of...
wait.
The kittens
Wait,
are
I can
backing
roll.
up to safety.
I can roll with Roman's D4.
Oh right, you can.
Yeah, guys, don't forget about that. We get that for 10 turns, assuming I don't break concentration.
13!
You barely make it.
You pass, so that's half damage.
Yay. Thank you, asshole.
I'm sorry, but I just make things go boom. That's my power.
Moral of the story is we're gonna teach you how to use a stick.
Yep. So Tinos, this
Hi.
fun-filled, angry undead guy,
Swing at me
is
a bunch.
he is, and he's going to start out, actually simply by reaching out to
Stroke him.
Trying to touch me
No.
when I'm dead.
What? Yeah, he's going to touch you inappropriately.
You
God
can
damn it.
try. You will try.
He will miss.
And then you need to do a DC, what was it? 14 dex save.
That's high.
What is your ability that you have
Yeah,
that makes
he
people
passes.
do that?
It's
Yep.
my feat. It's called defensive throw. As a reaction, you can perform a trip attack on an opponent that missed you with a melee attack.
Clever.
It's like yours that you get a free attack. I don't get a free attack, but I just get to knock people down if they miss.
Gets a free attack even
Yep.
get him or not.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Just targeting Arch is a bad idea if you don't want to get hit.
Yeah, you have to miss me with an attack.
He's also going to hit you with a katana.
Oh, that's fair. He misses as well, then must make another dex save.
How does that miss? How high is your fucking...
17.
Okay. Another deck save?
Yep.
Yeah, he passes.
Jesus Christ. God damn it, you're rolling well, Cam.
This is a fucking limber old guy.
This is a limber.
This is a
undead
very
man.
limber, decrepit
He does
old
keep
man.
his books a lot.
Yes.
He's rolling like Yoda in episode 2.
Oh my god, he's just jumping around.
Yep. Oh, you know, is your thing slashing damage? High
Mine?
face?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it is. Oh, he's resistant to that. I should
So it does
remember that
half
for next
damage.
time.
Ben,
Yeah.
My crits do half damage to him?
all slashing damage is halved if you've got resistance, unless you've got a means.
I said Archer's sword will be fine because it's magic, though.
It's silver and magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's... Oh, wait, actually...
Yeah, they're both slashing damage.
Yeah.
You'll take, for me, you'll take 7 slashing and then 4 psychic, so you'll take 11 damage from me. Because
Yeah.
you'll take full psychic.
So then even the crits still only get half damage,
Yes,
right?
everything with a slashing weapon is half damage.
Yeah. Yep.
Makes me sad.
He has a lot of weird resistances.
Like what, besides that?
Core.
I
Do
don't
you
even have
want me to
move
start going through them? Okay, he is. Oh, I mean, I don't mind.
Hey, nah, don't spoil it for us.
Okay.
I don't even have to move.
Undead have a lot
If
of...
he is undead, though, then healing will definitely hurt him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually, since Shatter is thunder, he's resistant to that too.
Wouldn't silver hurt him as well, too?
Yes.
Because my sword is silver.
Oh, I think technically...
Is that a
Mine is
property
too,
of the sword?
technically.
Yours is steel.
It is.
It's a property.
So
Yeah.
what would that do?
You'll have to hit him and find out.
I did hit him!
He's the first
Where?
With the crit!
Oh, you were.
I did hit him! Damn
you
it!
did hit him. Shh.
I mean, would that...
I wasn't actually exasperated. I'm just doing that for dramatic effect.
Yeah.
His slashing resistance, or...
It'll negate his slashing resistance from Arch, and that's it.
Oh.
Yay!
Oh, right, because it's a silver.
Take full fucking damage, you undead fuck.
Says our heroic lord of noble
Says your heroic
descent.
lord.
Take
It's
this,
now
you
his
fuck!
turn.
A true master of the battlefield. He grabs his katana and eloquently says, "Eat shit, rot bag."
Very elegant.
You know what that kind of reminds me of is the campaign we didn't finish with Anzu, where her character would be just like, "Ah, take that, you fucking piece of shit." I'm just
Yeah.
like, we're in a fantasy setting. Who talks like that here?
Dwarves.
I would think even a dwarf would they would
Oh, no.
swear, but it would sound like sensible in the setting. I don't know.
Some of the
Yep.
some of the D&D dwarves are really crude, like
I mean,
really
it's fine to be
crude.
crude if you're creative with it.
Prepare to get knocked on your arse, you shite. Like, that's the kind of thing I would expect.
You just talk like the orcs from Warhammer.
Yeah.
Your mother was an empty
Anywho,
beer stomach.
roll damage, Arch. You definitely hit.
Your mother was a what? Oh.
I roll 10 slashing damage.
Yep.
And Arch goes ahead and hacks into his waist. And then, as a reaction, I assume a parrying stance at the end of my turn,
Okay.
which gives me +1 to my AC.
Okay. That sounds good.
Punch mug.
One punch. I'm gonna go ahead and use up one of my level 2 slots to summon my bow of water.
Okay. As you summon this bow of water, a Nekomata appears and stands on your head as well as your bow.
Fancy.
The bald head has called to them.
Yep. Just gonna balance that there.
Good, you have a kitten ball on your head.
Well, it's a cat. It's a full grown-up cat.
Oh, it's a big cat. It's not a kitten.
Two-tailed.
It's the spirit.
It's the spirit. And it is standing on Hideaki's head. Very helpfully. Waiting for you to do something.
Well, that was my action.
It's waiting for you still to do something.
Well, I'm going to acknowledge it, obviously.
It's going to pat you on your bald head and tell you to just hit it.
The cat?
Yeah, the Nekomata is giving you an extra turn.
Oh,
Neat.
alright. Well, shit, alright, I'm gonna move in and smack this dude. With my +1 magic weapon.
Awesome.
Yep, right? Don't do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Wait, so if I'm getting an extra turn, does that mean I get an extra move action as well?
No, you just get your extra.
can't
Damn
whack
it.
whack.
Alright.
The Nekomata helps you, but so much.
You don't hit.
Damn. I missed.
You have a 1d4 roll, though.
No, not
Yeah.
for that.
No, I gave it to you guys because I can only pick 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Wait. don't
So it
you
doesn't
get
affect
advantage
me.
when you level up?
Hmm?
Not for level 4.
No, not for level 4.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, not for level 4.
Did you remember to add plus? Well, even then it wouldn't hit.
No, yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
adding my bonuses.
Yeah. The Nekomata pats you on the head and better luck next time.
Hey, it's
Is
me.
it,
Well, it's nice to know at least we have the spirit's consent to strike this entity down.
Yep. It's Hachisuka's turn.
I get to try another wisdom save to get out of this frightened, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
You fail.
You failed it.
Roll 1d4.
Not necessarily a D4.
It's DC 14, isn't it?
Yeah.
You literally can't
Oh.
succeed.
Oh, insult to injury.
Oh,
Damn.
that's sad. I thought it was DC 13. Oh well. Yeah, this is gonna suck. I'm gonna take a step back. And I'm gonna cast Chaos Bolt. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
that's a bolt. I'm not. Do I still roll disadvantage on that? I don't know.
Yes.
Ability checks and attacks. Yeah.
Okay.
As long as it's in your
Yeah.
line of sight.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then
saving
I'm just gonna
throws.
have to roll
yeah.
this twice then.
Toggle.
I can't when. Oh wait, can I do that? Like,
It
will it change it? Like, if I just
Every
press the
roll
dice roll?
to disadvantage.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was wondering about that. So I need 2 plus 6.
Oh, you mean no? You don't have an ability for it?
No, because it's a. I'll just roll it twice. It's fine.
You
Well-
should make an ability thing for it.
I can't because it's not an actual spell that's in here because it's not. They haven't updated.
Just
it.
type it out under your attacks and
Oh,
spellcasting.
You can
Okay.
create a spell
Okay.
yourself.
Duh.
I still hit.
You do in fact hit, yes.
I heard the wrathful echo of Cam's DM voice.
Duh.
Duh.
And it is 8 plus 1d6.
3.
Ugh.
Oh, that sucks.
What's this? What type of damage is it?
All right, so I'm looking at. I don't. I need to. I usually have it up right away, but I didn't think I'd have to use Chaos Bolt here.
Character notes.
It's a decent amount of. So I could do. It is acid damage. A 2 and a 1. Yeah, I get to choose. You definitely be resistant to cold. I'll use acid.
He's resistant to acid too.
Wait, what?
Yep.
That's strange.
So that's 6 damage overall?
Yes, because
1.5 damage.
It's 5.
1.5.
No, it's 5.
Alright, I'm really
damage.
digging this
Why is
music,
it
by the
5
way.
damage?
yeah,
Because it's 2d8 plus 1d6. 9 damage total. Divide that into... Yeah, it's 5. It rounds up.
Determine the damage type.
The 2d8 does. So you basically... It's 2d8 plus 1d6. It's one of my level 1 spells, which is pretty high.
Neato.
Do not blow us up.
Cheeto's turn. The Nekomata moves.
Wise cat.
Grant us your blessing.
Grant her the blessing of accuracy.
Right?
I
You
mean,
really
she
do.
knows very accurate. She hits the target.
Miss with these spells, but they just hit everything.
Yeah.
I'ma use Thunder Wave.
Woo.
Alright, what kind of saving throw do we have to... Oh, Constitution?
13.
Yep.
All of
How
them.
many? All of us?
God damn it. You need to...
Yes!
Hachisuka's gonna have a very serious
I avoided...
conversation.
I am master of
Oh,
Constitution.
shit. Good job.
So we all take 5
half damage.
damage, right? 5?
I'm below 10 now.
Our
There we go, I'm at
Mr.
26.
Bossman takes 10 damage and is knocked back 10 feet. Also,
Damn.
I just destroyed another
That
wall.
puts him next to the.
I gotta stop doing that.
Does he take damage from slamming into the wall?
There's no wall there.
Oh.
In fact, I think he actually almost moves into the whole of the building.
Can Arch cut him as he goes flying by?
Take a reaction at him?
I mean, technically,
That's a
he
good
is
point. Can we all
moving.
take a reaction shot at him?
He didn't fly past you guys.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
went right. I have 10-foot range, so he did. He went through 2 of my range
You
things
also
actually.
can't face him.
And he moved away from me.
Yeah, you can't look at him. He's too
Yes, I
scared.
can.
No, you're frightened.
No, I
I'm
can't
not
move towards
frightened.
him.
You can't
I
even.
cannot- I get disadvantage, but I can't.
Did he move? He
back.
just the explosion pushed him out of my range too quickly. Is that what we're gonna go with?
Yeah, he went
Yes.
this way.
Okay.
No, so he's 1 over. Okay, then. he's
Can we
out
make
of
this
it.
music
He's-
a little bit more
If
intense?
he's out
Can
of
we
that,
get
then he's
the
out of everyone's range.
what is that thing called again? What's the little guitar that they play? The
10
monks?
feet is
He's a
his-
guitar.
Not a sitar. Is it
Oh,
called
well,
by?
remember, I have a 10-foot
Oh.
range.
The
Starts with a B.
Fuck.
The
Akoto?
No, I'm thinking of the what is it called? The biwa?
A
It's that
biwa?
little short neck lute thing the monks
Biwa
play.
is Chinese.
it
Is that what it is?
Yeah. You're,
No,
you're
it's
thinking of a shamisen.
No, it says right here. It's a Japanese short necked fretted lute.
Yeah, the biwa you play kind of like a cello. A shamisen is the weird little guitar thing.
Oh, okay, my mistake.
Did I hit it?
I don't even see where you're swinging at it.
No, he's asking if he can take an attack of opportunity.
Oh, yeah, you can take an attack of opportunity.
You miss.
Oh, plus
Well.
5v4.
Oh yeah, right. You still got that.
Alas.
Damn it.
Shit.
Damn it.
You
Our
still miss.
rolls are legendary.
It's all good. We're the ones out on things where it won't hurt you. And it's his turn. And as you're the closest Arc, Sweet Katsu, he is going to try and inappropriately touch you.
Bad touch.
Okay.
Successful.
Bad touch.
18. So if it matches my armor class, it goes through, right?
Yep.
Damn it, he managed to hit it.
Jesus
I'm 18
Christ.
right now, too. Damn it.
Oh,
Oh wow.
Before
he's
that can
probably
happen,
down.
though, can I use my reaction attack?
no, it's after your hit, I believe,
No, it's
isn't it?
before.
Yeah.
Reaction. If it's a successful, it's before. But if it's a failure, it's after. I think. Check your feet, Search.
Yeah.
You can use your reaction to make one melee attack on an opponent that
Yeah,
just
react-
hit you.
Yeah, reactions after your hit.
God damn, that's gonna hurt
Healthy
a
right
lot.
now.
Yeah.
What's your
Not
health?
Because Core's
I'm
done
down at
15 damage to us.
I have 7 HP.
You have 7?
7, yeah.
Alright.
I'm also at 7.
Yeah, I went from
Anyways.
28 health to 7 health.
This is not our fault. Stares
You're the
at
ones who keep
Core.
standing in my way.
What's your max health?
God. Mine's only 21.
How do you only have...
Because I rolled terribly.
Am I the only one that has over... like...
No, Arch has like 40.
I have
Arch
okay.
has, yeah, Arch has a lot of
because
health.
people keep hitting me, Cora.
Speaking of hitting you, he's going to use his second attack.
Before he does that, I can do my reaction though.
Yes, you can.
Okay, go ahead and react.
Okay then.
Alright!
Oh.
That's a good reaction.
Greedy.
Why did it... But I canceled it and it told me the distance. That's weird.
You want to know how close it is? Jesus.
I do 25
Oh.
damage.
Well, you killed him.
You touched my ass. I'll kill you for that.
He touched your ass and you cut off his head.
And then Tynos died.
Dinos
And then I died
died.
shortly afterwards.
Well, that's it.
Is-
Hey, I saw what you did there. Nice.
Yep.
Yo.
Thank you. So he, you swing your beautiful katana around. Yorono Udo connects solidly with the side of his neck and lops through in a clean sweep, sending his head tumbling onto the ground past the broken wall. And the rest of his already sort of half-rotted corpse falls to the ground. And he is
Also,
dead.
I should mention
The
that last attack made a noise hearable 300 feet away. Very loud. So people are probably awake now.
I think everybody's awake. Everybody's very upset. The Nekomata sort of tromps forward, waving a paw at the kittens, who seem much calmer and happier. And it walks forward and gives you a little pat on the leg, Katsuo, and offers an incredibly polite, formal little bow, and says thank you.
Katsuo is in writhing pain right now, as it feels like his soul has been violently yanked out
All
of
right.
his body.
Let me give you a hand with that. I'm gonna cast a level 2 Cure Wounds.
Please do that.
I'm gonna chug 2 potions.
Let's see. Level 2. Let's see if that
Yeah, it
works correct.
Yeah.
But is it working correctly? Oh yeah, I guess an 8 and a 6. So you heal
Yep.
for 4.
Thank you.
Soul's not leaking out your butt anymore.
At feeling the magic's course through him, he starts to sigh. Thankful, but still exhausted from the efforts. He gives a small nod of his head in appreciation to Hideaki and then turns and gives a more formal bow back to the Nekomata, and then sheaths his sword.
Meanwhile, behind this, you just see Hachisuka chugging 3
Chugging.
potions.
This has been an eventful night.
As thanks for helping my small family here and purging this issue from my house, I would like to offer you a boon of luck and gratitude. And the Nekomata digs in its little kimono and holds out a sort of dented old coin to you.
Katsuo bows his head and reaches out with both hands to take the coin with reverence. I am humbled. Thank you.
The Nekomata bows over it and releases the coin, and then does a sort of tottering, waving dance, and disappears from your view again.
What does the coin do?
You'll have to find out.
We must divine its purpose.
I mean, it's
You guys are like Garrus with his calibrations.
But then he turned to the left and down to Shino and just started. I was not touched by that man. You are doing more damage than good. You need to be careful with your spells. Not only did you insult me earlier, but then you attack me and my lord. I do know you meant well, but your actions caused more disarray than help.
Before Hachizuka can finish his rant, Hideaki cast a level 2 cure on him as well.
I'm fine, by the way.
Nope, too late.
I feel myself.
It's done.
Okay.
You get an extra 19 health.
The kitten that you did not bond with walks over Hachisuka and sort of noms at your ankle.
that's kind of cute.
Yep.
He lets him do that. He's obviously kind of upset, though, actually letting a little bit of his more carefree attitude slip. This is the second time he's been injured by her. He's kind of tired of it.
Katsuo was just leaning against a bit of the wall and just slowly trying to go to sleep. Reflecting on how much he hates his life.
Next to the undead fluids leaking out of the body.
He's not picky. He's been on the battlefield before.
Maybe you can totter back to your beds or stumble down the street.
Too much effort.
He's going to just pass out next to the dead body of the Lord, incriminate himself.
Yeah.
Shido not going to respond. She's just going to stare at him.
For a long moment, then attempts to persuade him that she had no choice.
Can try.
I get advantage on persuasion checks.
I think that only works against NPCs, though. You can't forcibly persuade one of your party members.
It helps, but it's
Lies.
not
I don't
forceful.
believe it.
Yeah, no, it helps, but it doesn't.
You can't
Actually
force
persuade.
them, but you can aggressively cajole.
I think. Do I do one against that as well? Or
Double
how does that
threat.
work? I think I do as well.
So it's kind of like an argument.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I
you don't win. No, you don't. That's a natural 20.
Yeah, he automatically wins because of the natural 20.
Combat rolls.
Yeah.
No, I'm 100% sure because it's the same as skill rolls.
Mhm.
It is a skill roll. Because like that's how you divine stuff. Like if you get a natural 20 on something that you're not supposed to know, even though it's like way out of your range, if you still roll it, you understand it.
No, it's literally only listed in combat rolls.
I am 100% certain. I will give me 5 minutes to look it up.
I want to know too.
As you are waiting, the kitten that did bond with you, Hachisuka, is sitting on your foot, while the other one has given up gnawing, and is just kind of wobbling around. Hideaki is giving himself status ailments for some reason.
Dead. Sad. Heartbroken. Gassy or smelly, not really sure what that is. Turned into a snail. Lightning wilted.
So it's
Struck with a wrench.
it's one of those things that seems to be DM specific. So on a skill check equals to the creator of D&D saying only for attack. However, but if should have said if natural 20 isn't set, there's no point in allowing the roll in the first place.
So what you're saying is, it's actually up to my godly benevolence.
Uh-huh.
Neat. You might not agree, Hachisuka, but you at least feel sort of soothed.
Mollified.
Kind of like mollified. Kind of like when a little kid is just like, I mean, I'll try not to do it again.
I mean, it's not exactly like I have a choice. Every spell I have is AoE.
Yeah.
Learn a single
The way
target
I'm making
spell.
this character work is they're not capable of casting single target spells.
Why?
Yeah, that's.
Because life is.
And you can also
very
focus things away from people. Like you could have casted.
Yeah, you don't have to
that
cast. You
tile.
could like be like, oh, I cast this radius spell.
You're basically yeah. You're arguing. You're arguing with a being that has zero concept of your mortality being anything like their mortality, that has been alive centuries longer than you, but still functions like they're 13 and under.
The point is, you don't understand that you could die.
That's not going to be something that crosses her head very well.
But she's also a
Stabbing-
priestess of a temple. She should
Okay.
actually have a lot of semblance.
I
on
feel
that
like my
matter
character
specifically.
understands that, and he's actually younger than her.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they are part of a temple. They probably handle the dead. Like that's something that's probably completely
That is
unfair.
incorrect. Priests don't handle the dead. You have an entirely different class of person that handles the dead. Priests pray for you to reach enlightenment and immortality and rebirth. They talk to the gods for you. They handle spiritual matters. They don't concern themselves with mortality.
I'm just testing this out. This.
What the hell?
Holy shit!
I was just seeing what would happen if I were to cast that with a
You
level
would roll
9.
9 times
Oh my god!
and heal for a lot.
Yeah.
Even though you rolled a 1.
Yeah, just 1-1. The rest of it was not too bad.
Yep.
Hachisuka growled still a little bit, but somewhat calmed. He wasn't yelling at least anymore. But he did look over. Do not do such again. Will not have you endanger us further.
Very well.
He picked up the cat that he became friends with and put the cat on his shoulder.
Kittens are not very stable shoulder animals.
Well, he held it with one hand, like you know what I mean, like
Hello,
holding
Sammy.
it into his shoulder, like scratching the back of his head.
The kitten is now asleep. The other one is still tottering around.
We have to explain this entire situation now.
Indeed, we will have a lot to answer for when the morning comes.
Katsuo perks an eyebrow. That's the kitty, the one that's walking around and sort of like makes a small noise.
Does the cat
Door.
like
I would recommend we return to our quarters and discuss how we're going to handle this situation.
Hachisuka shook his head. I have a feeling that the loud sound that blared my eardrums woke up everyone, and we should have company very shortly.
Oh, right, there was an explosion. Several, in fact. Reroll charisma.
Oh no!
See if the cat likes you.
Sadness.
I mean, the cat doesn't dislike you, but right now, like, it's more like it totters towards you, it sort of sits down in your general area, but the lights floating around Hideaki are far more just interesting than you.
Katsuo sighs. He was never meant to
No
be.
cat for you.
No
I
cat
mean, the
for
cat's
you.
at least hanging out near you.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Maybe you were just meant to have a dog.
His
So,
father never let him have a dog either.
no
He received a
pets.
Instead, he received a bow.
Yep.
No horse.
It was never meant to be.
You did get a horse.
A green horse.
I call it Yoshi.
Yep. Tynos, the little cat that is your friend is named Tama.
Got it.
The other one's name is Miko.
How did we obtain this knowledge? Did they tell us this?
Someone could technically tell me.
I mean, they're baby cats. They don't really quite get that, but you discern it somehow. Mostly because if I don't tell you the name, I'll completely forget.
They have name tags. Rock salt.
Hideaki moves one of his lights around
Yeah.
playfully near the cat.
The kitten is entranced and tries to chase it. And we're going to end there so you can deal with the repercussions.
Hooray!
Away!
Three
Hey,
It
cheers.
won't be that bad,
Three
considering there's
cheers
a
for
giant undead
procrastinating on
around.
our problems.
Thank God for procrastinating.